21st century policing in our inner cities is a relentless battle against violence, robbery, drugs and vice. This makes London, with its 8 million inhabitants, Britain's crime capital. Here, the Met Police have to daily place themselves in the line of fire. Tonight on Brit Cops, the hard men and women of the Met take on West London's hardest robbers, drug dealers and organised criminals, using both brain and brawn. Go, go, go. These are CCTV images of two youths breaking into a 50 grand motor and stealing a number of valuables. They've been caught on camera and now the cops are after them. The motor vehicle crime squad think they know who one of the youths is, so at 6 a.m. they go to give him a wake-up call. As he flees the scene, the young thief ducks under the CCTV camera, but he's already left the police a valuable clue, a hooded top bearing a branded label. The territorial support group, the Met's Muscle, will take out the flat's occupants by causing as much confusion as possible.
One in there, one in there.
You got enough?
One in there.
Right, fire! One in there, one in there.
Right, what we got?
There's a dog upstairs, I sound it. One detained in here.
The flat is secured and the suspect found in his bedroom.
Right, we'll check him out. Cheers, Dale.
But they still need to find the hooded top to link him to the crime. The Robbery Squad are a crack team of plainclothes police officers put together 3 years ago to fight London street crime.
I'll come round and nick you for robbery.
They like to get their hands dirty.
We've got a crew of dedicated officers. We go out there, if we're not dealing with the robbery calls as such, we're going out and stopping people, searching people and getting people's faces basically, and we're not going to back down.
They've made a big impact on their patch in West London, where reported robberies fell by a staggering 15% last year.
In order to get the best out of the stop, you have to be clear, concise and robust and show them that you're not going to be walked over. And the best way to do that is sometimes with force.
Well, there's no need to step on my foot, innit? It's simple, innit? That's all I'm saying to you.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have kicked that crack pipe in anger then.
Yeah.
Really.
Having tackled street robberies by being out and about and getting in people's faces, there's nothing they won't take on.
As you drive around the streets, you're going to see certain things. And if robberies aren't coming out, then, you know, we've got to get involved in those things.
With the tip-off that a large amount of crack cocaine is hitting the streets, they want to get a piece of the action.
He's off, he's off. You go left, I'll check this garage.
A drug dealer's on the run and members of the robbery squad are in hot pursuit.
You hadn't seen a white guy come running past, have you? No? I lost him.
I don't see nobody.
As soon as we come around the corner, he's gone. Disappeared. So he may have gone into one of the flats or somewhere. He'll come again.
By working the streets in plain clothes and unmarked queue cars, the robbery squad often know exactly what's going on amongst the gangs and dealers. The officers know they're in for a busy day when, only an hour into their shift, they've seen all the telltale signs of a fresh shipment of crack cocaine hitting the streets.
Basically, all the drug users come out, and you can always tell they're looking to buy, and that's your indication there's been a consignment coming to the area.
They're all around there. There's loads of them. Yeah. There's loads of crack users around there.
No, didn't catch him, no.
Back at the raid on the youth police believe they've caught on CCTV, they found what they think is the incriminating hoodie.
We found the item of clothing we're looking for anyway, so that's quite a good result. Obviously, quite distinctive, as you saw on the briefing, that appears to be the same top.
We'll take it back and obviously we'll produce that in an interview to see what we've got to say and match it next to the CCTV, which clearly shows it's him.
Despite believing they'd got their man, when it went to court, the judge dismissed the case on a technicality. Under the cover of darkness, police believe that a new crack cocaine consignment is seeping onto the streets. The cops are especially vigilant tonight. At 10 p.m, PC's Richie Hargate and Michael Payne are back where a dealer gave them the slip a few hours ago. They spot 3 men acting suspiciously.
Hey, how are you? Just come over there, mate. It looks to us like a drug deal was taking place, all right?
PC Hargate spots a small plastic bag in the darkness.
I think there's drugs down there. I'm not sure, but we can have a look. Hang on, whoa, be cool.
He takes no chances. All 3 are cuffed immediately.
Stay there, don't move. Ooh.
Look at that. That is totally fucking bang on.
How many ropes is there? 50?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Right, you're all going to be arrested.
I've never been nicked for nothing.
It was right there where you were stood.
I wasn't the only one stood there.
Yeah, I know. He's getting arrested. He's getting arrested as well.
And where you...
With 3 suspect males and enough crack to convict one of them for dealing, the officer's next challenge is to get one of them to own up.
If I had that on me and you got rolled up, I wouldn't be standing here. I'd have took off.
Yeah.
Each one of them is saying it's not mine, it's someone else's.
How can you not say possession?
And no one's, admitting that this is theirs, understandably.
That's got DNA on it. I'm sweet.
So they're all going to be arrested and then, they're going to be interviewed and we'll go and search their houses and go from there.
After 2 hours of questioning back at the Nick, PC Hargate is no closer to knowing which one is the dealer. At 1 a.m, the robbery squad move in on the suspects' addresses. They have a zero tolerance to drugs and so always come down hard on suspected dealers.
Basically now I've gone search their home addresses to see if we can find anything that links the drugs that we found to one particular individual.
Police officers!
An extensive search of their homes leads them to believe that 2 of them are just users.
There's paraphernalia all over the place which would say they're using crack, heroin, but we haven't found anything to relate to the offence as of yet.
It turns out the suspect they now believe to be the dealer is just a school kid. In speaking to the boy's mum as they searched her home, PC Hargate heard a tragic yet familiar tale.
He's hanging around with men, grown men, who have got criminal records as long as your arm, involved in drug supplies, involved in robberies. She wants him to go to prison. She wants him to go to some sort of boot camp because he's just out of control.
Coming up, 2 girls on a moped take on the cops in a high-speed joyride, only to crash right into their police car. And a suspected car thief attempts to outrun the cops on a bike. It's mid-morning in West London. Robbery squad officers are in pursuit of a man on a bike. PC Stacey Treffry and her undercover colleague believe him to be a car thief as they saw him peeking inside a car. But just as the suspect thinks he's getting away, his mobile falls from his pocket.
Dropped his phone as well.
As he's unlikely to leave his mobile behind, the cops know the chase is as good as over.
FH, it's going to be a stop. Outside PC World, Wandsworth Bridge.
Sorry. Yeah. Made me panic.
No, you're here because you just dropped your phone.
That's why you stopped.
No, I was going to stop.
No, you weren't. You were keeping going. Why would you have stopped? What's that all about then?
Panic. She was just the way you was just coming at me.
No, it wasn't. It's because you saw us go by you, you stopped, you looked at us, and then when you saw I was coming back, you turned around and went the other way, didn't you? That's why.
No, because I was coming PC World. I didn't even realise.
Being searched, okay? PC 25 from Hammersmith Police Station, okay?
Why have you got 2 phones?
Because one's a personal and I've just got a contract for my birthday.
Oh, okay. Why have you got so much money in?
We're going to buy trainers and going on holiday.
The undercover officer returns to where they spotted the suspect eyeing up cars to look for clues that might explain what he was up to.
We've been back down to where the cars were. There's not been tampered with. There's nothing obvious on showing the cars either.
Although he returns empty-handed, he's convinced the man was up to no good.
Spoke to a few people down there. You've been hanging around down there a little while, haven't you? Up and down that road.
I'm not going to say nothing because you won't believe me, will you?
Well, no, because someone's just told me.
All we want is you to tell the truth,
I've told
be
you.
honest,
I've told you the truth.
and then we'll get through things a lot quicker and simpler.
But are you going to be released? I've no doubt you're up to something. People who are just law-abiding members of the community just stop for police when they're asked to. They don't try and ride off, especially when we're alongside them saying stop. They just stop.
you know what I mean? The only reason you stopped was because you dropped your phone. We know that, you know that. Hoping he had something on him, drugs or going equipped to steal, something like that, but nothing to say. Just let him go, unfortunately.
Can I go?
You're going home now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going, yeah.
If they'd been in a marked police car, they could have nicked him for refusing to stop.
He's failed to stop for us, but that's not an offence because we're not in a marked police car, so...
For the robbery squad, it's the only downside of being in an unmarked car. On a nearby estate in Fulham, robbery squad officers are trying to intercept a stolen moped that is being ridden at breakneck speed by two girls.
As soon as they saw the police car, they rode straight off back towards the place it was stolen from.
The situation presents the robbery squad with an impossible dilemma. Hold back and the girls will get away. Go in too hard and it could end in disaster.
The last thing we want to do is be chasing a motorbike which has probably got two young people on and possibly without crash helmets.
They suddenly catch a glimpse of a moped speeding away from them.
Can I have a...
But it's not the stolen moped.
Negative.
The two girls and the stolen moped remain at large, but their run from the law is about to end in near tragedy. Youths robbing mobile phones is a massive problem for the robbery squad. In London, they nick around 200 mobiles every day. So, when the robbery team hear a youth has been robbed of his mobile, they're quick to respond.
The robbery just taking place, two suspects.
Two males have stolen a mobile phone from one of a group of teenagers hanging out in the park. Knowing the suspects can't have got far, PTs Hargate and Payne are hoping a witness can spot them.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have a drive around the area quickly, all right? Because they're trying to make their way out the area, all right?
Right, would you recognise them again?
Yeah.
Right, just keep your eyes peeled then, looking out all the way around. If you see him, just say to us, that's them, stop.
Across town, the robbery squad are getting ready for another manhunt, but this time they're dealing with every copper's worst nightmare, what appears to be an Uzi submachine gun.
This is him. He's 21. He's got warning signals of violent weapons and drugs.
A man has taken photo snaps of himself brandishing the Uzi and left them to be developed at a pharmacy.
We've spoken to the firearms inquiries team, the experts. They said they can't be sure if it's real or replica, but in their opinion, it looks pretty real.
Nicknamed Spray and Pray, capable of firing up to 1,000 rounds a minute, the Uzi would cause widespread carnage and bloody mayhem if used on the streets of London.
Another telltale sign is the rag round it, which would assume if he's got half a brain, to stop his prints or his DNA getting onto the gun if it ever gets found by the police. But mainly the idea is just do a Section 18 on that 117 and look for it there.
As the man is already well known to the police, it doesn't take long for them to track him down to an address in West London where he's arrested.
Yeah.
But there's no sign of the Uzi.
Let's have a quick look through the rooms.
It's going to be awesome.
Door's been locked.
Another team rushes to his home to try and find the weapon before it can be moved on.
We're going to go down to his address before anyone can be alerted that he has been stopped. We're going to go to the address and execute the warrant and see if we can find the gun.
PC Payne is on the lookout for the two phone thieves when the witness spots them.
I recognise his jeans, I think.
Which one?
The one with the jeans.
Will, tell them where we are. Police officers! Mate, you, stand over there. Listen, we're police officers from the robbery squad at Hammersmith, all right? A witness has said that it may be you who's been involved in that robbery, all right? Going to search for stolen property. Have you got anything on you shouldn't have? No. Whose phone's that?
As they are searched, one of the young men takes exception to having his belt area touched.
Why are you going around that phone?
Why? Because people often conceal stolen property.
You know you're actually like looking, trying to, that's what it seems like.
I've got a wife and kids, you don't need to worry, all right?
The witness didn't get a clear view of the suspects' faces, so if the robbery squad are to prosecute, they need the victim to identify them as his attackers.
We're doing a street ID with two robbery suspects.
Rather than wait for an ID parade at the Nick, they arrange one of their own in the street.
Follow this officer there.
The two suspects are made to walk past the unmarked police car. The victim is hidden in the back seat behind the woman officer.
It's a score, Fro.
Well, he said yes for this one. Right, he definitely did it. He was with
The victim identifies his attackers.
Right, hold your arms out.
Is he completely positive?
Yeah, no doubt.
They are arrested and taken into custody.
That's it, really. Happy?
Yeah.
The Tearaway Girls' high-speed joyride on the moped has come to a dramatic end.
I turned to my right and saw a moped screaming around the corner with a young black girl and a young white girl on the back, very fast. I think it swerved to avoid a Golf and then smashed quite spectacularly into our parked car.
By crashing into PC Sorch's parked police car, they've run right into the jaws of their pursuers.
It looks like she tried mounting a little curb bit where our car's parked, and she's come off and she's cleared into the front of our police vehicle, where you can see the frontal damage to our car.
By riding at reckless speeds with no helmets, the girls' joyride so nearly ended in tragedy. In a bizarre twist to an already extraordinary incident, the only witness just happens to be a doctor.
The lady in the silver Golf, the witness, is a doctor, and she just had a look at the young lady on the floor and she thinks she's got an open fracture of her tibula, so it's sort of quite a badly broken leg.
Despite breaking a leg, the girl continues to fight the authorities.
Don't push me away, darling. I'm here to help you.
It looks like her legs hit one of the metal barriers, and that's what snapped it.
The upshot of it was the moped was stolen, but they're not going to be arrested tonight. First aid being the main thing. We'll make an appointment for next week to come back in, and we can talk to them then in interview about what happened.
Having detained the man who took photos of himself brandishing an Uzi, the Met officers are now looking for the weapon at his home address.
Oh no, what's happened now?
I'll explain in a minute.
Oh, this is so bad. What? Oh, go on, help me fuck yourself, love. Go up.
Firearms recovery dogs just turned up. The dogs could probably do a better job than we will in terms of sniffing out the firearm if it's in there. Once he's done that, the dog handler will come out and then we'll go and manually look ourselves into each of the rooms.
An extensive search with the dogs reveals no gun, but the robbery squad don't leave empty-handed.
A mobile phone from a robbery last week basically has been found in one of the rooms. The chap who owns the room, he's still here, so he's going to get arrested for robbery. Taken back and interviewed about the phone, because he's from a robbery and it's in his bedroom. He's got to answer questions about it, so he's going to get arrested now.
The very next day at the Nick, and there's still no sign of the gun, but the man in the photos has explained just what he was up to.
When we interviewed him, he stated that it's his friend's gun, a paintball gun allegedly. We can't prove otherwise at the moment unless we find it. We asked him with regards to the gun, there seems to be a tea towel holding in his hand, holding over the handle of the gun, as if he was trying to prevent his fingerprints or DNA going onto the gun. He said he was just doing that for show, just to show off. He said he was getting the pictures to look cool. He said he was going to print the pictures out and put them on his wall for some reason, as you do. We explained that obviously it's quite dangerous. He understood that and apologised, but then again he wouldn't tell us whose gun it was, so we can't make any inquiries regards to that person. So he sort of helped us, but not enough.
Officers Chris Hockenhull and Chris Penman see what they believe to be a drug deal going down on the streets of Fulham.
I'm stopping him, he said he's got a little bit of cannabis on him.
In a change of the law, cannabis users are now only given a warning so long as they aren't caught again within a year.
We've got this new form that we can give out to people, which saves us a lot of time. Doesn't mean we have to arrest them all the time. They get a warning. Admittedly, they get pretty pissed off that we take their drugs.
This man has already had one warning, and although PT Hockenhull is happy to let him off with another, he's only worried about losing his weed.
You've given me this thing, yeah, and you've just been...
Listen to me. Listen, I'm going to get told off by my bosses for not arresting you because you've already had a warning. Yeah? See?
Alright, man, yeah, have a good day, yeah? Have a good weekend.
And you, haven't spoilt your Friday night, have it?
No, man, it's still early.
There you are then. You can go and buy some more, can't you?
No, none of that, man. Yeah.
And right around the corner, they spot the other party in what could have been a drug deal.
How you doing, friend? You all right? Spoke to your friend. You know the one you came and did a bit of a handshake with?
Yeah.
He had a bit of cannabis on him. It looked to us that you might have given him that cannabis, all right? Have you got any cannabis on you?
Just a little smoke.
Pardon?
A little smoke.
A little smoke. Since you've admitted that you've got a bit of cannabis, you're going to get searched for drugs, all right?
Yeah.
Is it a little tiny bit, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, blinking heck. It is a bit tiny, isn't it? How much did you pay for that?
Just get it.
Just get it. No bloody wonder I wasn't going to pay for that. Turn around for me, mate. You haven't been in trouble with the police before?
No.
Never been stopped? Not been stopped in this?
I just...
Without being rude, stop driving this car.
Yeah, for real.
You had a little bit of cannabis, we can't let you have it back. All right?
No, that's cool, man.
Are you willing to sign this form to say the police are going to destroy it and you get a warning to basically say that you've been stopped with a little bit of cannabis on you? All it is a warning. But you've got to understand that if you get stopped again in the next 12 months, you can be arrested because you get one warning. In the end, it's still illegal. Shouldn't be having it. All right?
I don't buy it for real, like, it's just sometimes you want to smoke. And
You want to smoke today, though, aren't you?
Uniformed officers have seen a man acting very suspiciously. On spotting their police car, he swapped seats with his passenger. Sergeant Andy Jessup and PC Santo Sorchi are called to assist. Police believe the man is driving while disqualified, but he's refusing to give any details. A search soon explains the man's paranoid behaviour.
Oh, beautiful. Also a crack pipe.
just keep your hands there.
There you go, fella.
Cheers, mate.
Out of the blue, the man kicks his crack pipe off the wall.
What are you doing that for?
And so PC Sorchi keeps a close eye on him.
Why are you tensing out your arm? Why are you pushing against us? So you don't kick out like you did on that crack pipe.
Well, there's no need to step on my foot in it. Simple. That's what I'm saying to you. No
Well, maybe you shouldn't have kicked that crack pipe in anger then.
Yeah.
Really.
Back at Hammersmith Nick, the two suspects had hoped to keep the location of the stolen mobile a secret from PC Hargate, but under questioning, it slipped out.
It's ran down the bottom of his leg and it's dropped onto the floor. And it's been identified as the same phone which was stolen from the victim of the robbery that we've just been to. He's now been booked in and he's sat in the cells, and we're going to go and do some searches of his property and go from there.
The same suspect was allegedly heard bragging about his crime spree, so the robbery squad have high hopes of finding stolen items that might link him to other crimes. At 1 a.m, after driving 15 miles across London, they get to his front door.
He had some difficulty in explaining where he lived, so hopefully this is the right address, because it's a long drive for nothing otherwise.
Hello, sorry to scare you.
But the lady at the door clearly has no connection to the suspect.
The man in question is a young black lad. This is an old white granny who's living here, and we seem to have disturbed her sleep as well.
They've been given the wrong address.
He doesn't live here. What is it, 1:30 in the morning, and that idiot has sent us here, given that address, and doesn't realise the consequences of his action.
But the young man is just about to. He's still locked up in the nick. Coming up, the Met's drug squad bust a West London crack den. And the robbery squad nick a suspected dealer who crashes a stolen car.
Sit up straight.
At Shepherd's Bush Police Station, drug squad officers are planning a raid on two properties they believe are being used as crack dens.
We're doing two addresses today, all within one terraced house. In regards to the ground floor, intelligence suggests that is involved in the consumption and supply of cocaine. This is
All kinds of cops have been called in to assist, but the drug squad are the masterminds of today's raid. So the gangs they infiltrate can't identify them, their faces must remain hidden.
second floor intelligence suggests that female IC3 is involved in supplying Class A controlled drugs. Haven't got a picture of her, unfortunately. She's got previous convictions for handling and deception and a caution for possession of drugs.
The territorial support group, the strong arm of the Met, will provide the muscle.
Rapid entry gains both ground floor flats A and B in full protective clothing. TSG officers to secure all occupants inside the premises and keep them in situ.
Taking out the dealers is the only way police can fight this highly destructive drug epidemic. There are now 46,000 crack users in London, but it's a high-risk battle as the dealers are controlled by gangs who are often armed. So they take the dealers completely by surprise. An ordinary van will be driven by drug squad officers posing as delivery drivers.
No one knows that it's a police vehicle. There's no one in uniform driving it, and there's no windows or anything for anyone to see in, to see the officers standing inside it.
And hidden in the back will be their special delivery. 20 highly trained TSG officers ready to take them down.
No one will know that they're police officers until they get out and start shouting as they're hopefully gaining entry by force to 2 flats.
Go, go, go.
After a month of careful planning, this is the moment the drug squad have been waiting for. A head cam on one of the officers captures the action.
Back off! Please don't steer your suspect!
Yeah, 2 adults, 2 kids. Just 2 of you stay in this flight, the rest withdraw to the van.
CAD 5269, could you update it to confirm entry gained? The ground floor's empty, but it looks like someone's recently been in there. Just going to keep an eye out for the gentleman occupier from the ground floor. And in the upstairs, we've got 2 adults and 2 children who one of our officers is going to go and explain the fact that we've got a warrant issued by the court for us to search the premises.
Both flats are under suspicion. The drug squad believe upstairs is being used to deal crack cocaine and the flat below is being used by their punters to smoke it.
Found a white substance, but I believe it to be crack. Scale sat next to her as well with white powdery residue on a digital scale, so she's been arrested for that.
Everyone was handcuffed and one of the women was fidgeting, uncomfortable, apparently trying to hide something. And when she was asked to stand up for the search, that's fallen on the floor, which we believe to be 2 fair-sized rocks of crack cocaine.
The raid is a big success for the drug squad. The crack den is closed down and another suspected dealer is taken off the streets. At Shepherd's Bush Nick, PC Chris Hockenhull and Carol Pilling are about to meet the victim of yet another mobile robbery.
Just take a seat there a minute and you need to explain to me what exactly happened.
I'm walking through the ring.
Yeah.
And this guy pulled me over.
Yeah.
And he's basically said to me that I owe him money.
Right.
And I've told him I don't understand what you're saying, I don't owe you any money. And he's grabbed me physically, like he grabbed my arm, gone through my back pocket and taken my mobile phone and said, I'm not going to give it to you until you pay us back the money.
How much money does he think that you owe?
He's telling me that I owe him £20. I'm not owing any of the money.
Right. Will you come out of the car and try and find these? Yeah?
PC Hockenhull believes this man to be another casualty in a spate of mobile phone robberies, but he's about to find out he's been seriously misled. Back at the raid, led by drug squad officers, the search of the bottom flat has revealed evidence of crack consumption, but only a small amount of cannabis is found.
That's called a crack pipe. It's basically a pipe that they use to put drugs in the top. And there's a bit of a used syringe in there as well.
As they search his flat, the tenant returns to find his windows smashed and that he's under suspicion of dealing.
You got any controlled substances on you? No, I don't think so. You got from what methadone? Where have you just got this from?
I took it out with me.
Well, that's far too much for one bit, innit? So have you just been out and bought that?
No.
The tenant of the bottom flat claims he's been bullied into allowing his flat to be used as a crack den by the suspected dealers upstairs. As he is only found with a small amount of cannabis, police accept that, far from being the villain, he could be a victim in all this.
It's often the case that vulnerable individuals, perhaps drug users themselves, are bullied or threatened into allowing their properties to be used for other people to smoke Class A drugs, and then for the drug dealers themselves to force their way in and actually start using the premises to deal Class A drugs. Mr. is alleging that that's what has happened in his case.
I could have disappeared, but I thought I'd come down and see what's happening. It's my profit after all at the end of the day until they throw me out. I don't need this. Just don't need it. Especially when it's smashed windows. If I'd been in, I'd have opened the door.
There were no Class A drugs at the address. He received a warning for the cannabis that we found there.
PC Chris Hockenhull is driving around looking for a suspect involved in a phone robbery, with the victim in the back of his car.
If he's going to go and flog the phone, where do you reckon he's going to flog it?
Phone shop, probably, or cash converters.
With little else to go on, PC Hockenhull takes a long shot and calls the stolen mobile.
I'm with he wants his phone back, basically. Whereabouts are you then? You've had a BP, oh mate. I've been seen a bit.
Incredibly, the suspected phone thief is prepared to meet PC Hockenhull, a meeting he doesn't hold up much hope for.
I've just spoken to somebody on the phone. They're claiming they're by the BP on Shepherd's Green, so we'll just drive around and see if there is anybody that can identify. But I think he's probably having a little play with us.
On their way to meet the suspected phone thief, the young man spots 2 men he claims witnessed the robbery.
That guy right in the middle, the white guy, he saw everything that happened.
The guy in the middle there?
Yeah.
Did you see him take a phone?
No.
But you're not going to get in any trouble.
No, I didn't. I didn't see anyone. If I saw anything naughty going on like that, I'd get involved.
No worries, mate.
And from what I know, I don't think he'd do that anyway. I think he's trying to get him in trouble. Yeah.
He's claiming he's been robbed on Shepherd's Green, basically.
As the young man's account of his robbery just doesn't add up, PC Hockenhull asks for a check on the police national computer.
He made a call earlier on today, what he got nicked for, that he was being chased by two guys with baseball bats along North End Road. Turned out to be a load of pony. We nicked him for wasting police time. We given him a PND as well for it. Whatever he tells you is rubbish, basically.
Knowing that the young man in his car was charged with wasting police time 2 hours ago, PC Hockenhull keeps his meeting with the suspected phone thief. It's the only way he can figure out what really happened.
Whereabouts are you? I'm with Yeah, all he wants is his phone back.
PC Hockenhull calls the phone thief again.
Oh, did he?
This time he hears the other side of the story.
How come they're saying that you've robbed an old bloke? Because if I find who you have and I get the name of the old bloke and you do match the description, I'll come round and nick you for robbery. I don't reckon you've even told me one little bit of truth today.
The suspected phone thief shows up with the phone.
No, this is supposed to bring back the old man's money back for him. That's all it is.
Does the old man want
The phone had been taken as a deposit after the young man in the back of the car failed to return money he'd taken from an old man to buy drinks with.
You've got no respect for us, the elders, you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah?
While dealing with this man's claims, two key members of the robbery squad were unavailable to deal with potentially life-threatening incidents.
You got your phone back. I'm not nicking him. You wanted the phone back, didn't you? Yeah, well, you got your phone back. See you later. You're not even get a thank you?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
He's lucky not to be arrested again for wasting valuable police time. Sergeant Andy Jessup and PC Santo Sorci see a young male slipping something into his pocket as they drive past. As they're in an area where weapons are often carried, they do a stop and search. They can't take any risks in case the man is armed, so they have to deal with him harshly.
Did you just see our car back there? As I've just come under the bridge, I saw you whack something into your pocket nice and quickly.
Well, then you can check.
PC Sorci is even more suspicious when he sees a bandana that could connect the young man to a local gang.
What's the bandana for? You a pirate?
No, yeah, maybe.
Are you in a gang?
No, man, I'm not even in a gang.
Look at that fancy t-shirt.
I don't even smoke, so you won't find no drugs or anything.
I wasn't looking for drugs, I'm looking for weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah.
You carry a weapon.
Why you got that bandana?
Oh, because I like the colour.
Just watch him a set, I just want to get the old one.
Sergeant Jessup takes exception to his partner being addressed as a boy.
You won't find nothing, boy. Did you just call him boy? It's called slang.
Okay, TNT, over.
I think you meant to say officer.
Thank you. Not really.
Was it that you whacked in your pockets?
Maybe. I don't know, I don't remember. I have a very bad memory.
Oh, do you?
What they believe to be a weapon turns out to be just an inhaler.
Have you been arrested before?
Yeah, twice.
What for?
Robbery.
Did you go to court?
Yeah, and I bust case.
You bust case? What does that mean?
It means that I weren't guilty.
The search reveals no weapons, and so the young man is free to go.
Thanks for your cooperation.
It's 6 p.m. on a busy Friday in Hammersmith. Sergeant Andy Jessup and Will Kiptitsi get a call for urgent assistance. Two other members of the robbery squad have ended up in a high-speed pursuit of a stolen car with a known drug dealer at the wheel.
Keep going straight.
The car has crashed and the driver decided to run for it. Sergeant Jessup and PC Kiptitsi are directed to where their colleagues, now on foot, have fought the desperate car thief and pinned him to the ground.
FH14 with 563 now.
PC's Richie Hargate and Jeff Payne have run almost a mile in pursuit of the driver of the stolen car.
You searched him yet, Rich?
When they crashed the car, the passenger and the driver went in different directions. The passenger seems to have got away.
Yeah, passenger. I think he's going after. IC3 now.
Is he still going after?
You're under arrest, mate, on suspicion of taking and driving away a motorcycle. I.e. the Mini that you just jumped out of.
Richie chased this idiot to here, while he's been detained, and the males got away. down the towpath of the Thames. But at the moment, the car's confirmed has been stolen. Sit up straight. But that's some distance from where we are now, and that's quite a long chase for Richie. That's why they're suffering a bit, I think.
Actually, come across the other side.
The driver of the stolen car throws up on the pavement. Sergeant Jessup knows the man is a drug dealer and that he's desperate not to get nicked. He believes he could have placed his life in danger by swallowing his drugs.
Wake up. Have you taken anything, yes or no? Huh? No. Why is it you've been sick then? Have you swallowed anything, yes or no? I want an answer.
Yes, I have.
What have you swallowed? You must know what you swallowed. Right, have you swallowed drugs?
But the suspect won't give Sergeant Jessup a straight answer.
Have you swallowed drugs? Have you swallowed any drugs? Yes or no?
While they wait for an ambulance to show, news comes through that the passenger from the stolen car has also been found hiding in a wheelie bin.
Excellent, your mate's been caught as well. Never mind.
Back at the scene of the crash, the robbery squad begin to piece together what happened. PC's Hargate and Payne were immediately suspicious when they spotted the Mini. They've a copper's instinct for spotting foul play.
The way that they were driving, the way that they were looking around, they looked suspicious.
You just know, to be honest with you.
They smashed into that car there, and one of them's gone that way, and the other one's hopped over the A4. So me and Jeffro's gone to the A4, and Stell's gone after the passenger. We go after the driver.
That was quite a long way.
That's why you got us being sick.
You know, when you got your Met vest, it's all right if you like this. When you got your Met vest underneath, it's a nightmare trying to chase people and breathing.
Back where the pursuit came to an end, the driver of the stolen car is also feeling the effects of the chase. He's taken to hospital so they can check if he's swallowed any drugs.
Right, you need to be truthful now. Tell these guys what you've taken, if you've taken anything.
Coming up, the robbery squad stumble upon a secret drug stash.
Is it?
Seriously not.
And PC's Hargate and Payne get involved in an unsavoury street dispute.
So you've had sex with her?
Friday night is the busiest night of the week for members of London's Met Police force. It's when incidents involving drugs and alcohol spill over onto the streets. Eagle-eyed PC's Richie Hargate, Mike Payne and Joe Walsh spot what they believe is two men and a woman involved in a drugs deal. By being out and about looking for signs of trouble, the robbery squad team come across all kinds of criminal activity.
Joe, get hold of him, get hold of him!
Just like you like then, mate. Right, you got any drugs on you?
Nothing.
I think I just saw you deal with drugs to that girl up there. For that, you're going to be searched.
Search me. Just keep your hands where I can see them. You don't have to do anything. I'll be doing everything.
Search me. You can search me.
I am going to search you. I've just told you I'm searching.
Go on.
All right.
They got pockets or they just boxer shorts? Don't take your trousers down. I just asked if they got pockets. How much drink you had?
To check the two men and woman are telling the same version of events, the woman is taken to one side.
It looks from where we're stood, the drug deal just took place there. Have you got any gear on you? Seriously?
I've got a picture of them.
You been arrested for drugs before?
Nope.
Really?
They were actually just trying to ask me was I doing sex.
What did they say?
Load you up for £4. That's what they said.
You're a prostitute.
Am I? No.
Are you a prostitute?
No.
The woman claims the men offered her money for sex. But there are a number of discrepancies between the men's and woman's version of what happened.
So you've had sex with her?
No. No, he hasn't.
So you gave her £4?
No, he didn't. I asked her a fag at first, and that's when they asked me.
What, so she said she'd do it for a tenner?
Yeah, she said. No, you cheeky bastard.
Hey. Is that no trace of it?
But with no drugs found in their possession, the two men and the woman are free to go.
All right, boys, we done? We happy? Yeah. Gents, thanks for your time. Don't stop any females again. It looked to us like a drug deal was taking place. The females got previous for crack using. Having spoke to her, she says that they offered her £4 to have sex with her. They're saying that she asked for £10 from them to have sex with her. Something untoward was going off when we arrived, but they've been searched. We didn't find anything on them, and they've gone on their way.
It's 1 a.m. As the car thief who crashed the stolen Mini is suspected of other crimes, the robbery squad are moving in on his flat.
to search his address to see if we can find any stolen goods.
For Sergeant Jessup, it's looking a bit of a long shot.
Probably can't get in, just haven't got any keys.
They are buzzed into the block by a neighbour.
There's the police to get the door, please.
And when no one answers the door, their visit appears to be in vain. But the course of their evening is about to take a dramatic turn. PC Walsh decides to look out of a window off the public hallway. She spots a plastic bag wedged behind a drain pipe. And inside a number of small white packages.
567. 567.
Oh, is it? Don't well then, Jane.
It's not Parmesan cheese, is it?
Where was it?
Just in the drain pipe there.
If the suspected drugs can be linked to the driver of the stolen Mini, it would explain why he was so desperate to get away from the cops. A quick search outside the flat reveals a number of other drug stashes, which they might not have found if they'd arrived with the keys.
Lovely. I bet they couldn't fill this house from Manchester. In cash?
What were we saying about not finding anything?
Convinced further drugs will be found inside the flat, they decide to break down the door after no one answers.
Police officers, why don't you come to the door?
A man inside the flat says he's slept through it all. While the search of the flat begins in earnest, items continue to be found all round the public hallway.
Found a couple of hard drives for a computer, an Audi car key in the cupboard there, air compressor for the car and some junk leads and stuff. And this here, a ThinkPad. Not really the place you want to keep it, is it? Just down here. So,
In between two walls.
And inside the flat, an air pistol is found behind the suspect's bed. The robbery squad spend the rest of the night searching the flat and the lobby for further evidence of criminal involvement. At 6 a.m, the robbery squad's search of the flat is finally over. They head back to the Nick with cash, stolen items linked to various burglaries, and a sizable amount of crack cocaine. The only thing they haven't got is concrete proof to pin it all on the driver of the stolen Mini.
Because they are technically in a public place, it'd be down to forensics, and there could be DNA from when people have wrapped up the drugs.
For the robbery squad at least, it's case closed.
Yeah, it's a really good find. Then it'll be down to the CPS and what they decide. But we've done our bit.
Coming up on BritCop's Frontline Crime, the police action series exclusive to Bravo. In Wales, raids, violent arrests, and high-speed chases. Devon and Cornwall's specialist units take on vice.
How much is she charging you?
And the cruel sea. And in London, the Met tackle armed criminals and drug dealers.
Large bag of cannabis.
Bravo's cameras capture all the action as these cops catch the criminals.
Right, you're next.
It's almost 2 in the morning. On the M25, the driver of a stolen Fiat is trying to shake off the traffic police.
The vehicle is a Punto involved in number plate swapping, eastbound on the M25.
Unaware that 1,000 feet above, a police helicopter has him on its thermal imaging camera.
Off the next junction, there is a left.
The car thief has 2 passengers, a man and a woman. He's been chased through 2 counties, Hertfordshire and Essex, to this point.
Yeah, MP India 99. It's a decamp. You're just to the west. 3 decampers.
This housing estate in East London is where all 3 live and where they hope to hide.
You received India 99, continue ambulance.
Tonight, London Sky Cops are put under pressure by potential new recruits who aren't sure they want to fly.
Oh, God, that's awful.
And by petrol bombing rioters who aren't what they seem. In East London, the 2 men and a woman who ran away from the stolen Fiat have managed to lose the police officers who were chasing them, but they haven't lost the Sky Cops.
MP India 99 are now on the canal path which goes underneath.
One of the fugitives has previous convictions for theft and burglary. Rear seat air observer PC Chard is now in command of the effort to catch all 3.
Looking out the window, it was in total darkness. In fact, you couldn't even see it was a canal. It was just pitch black. But from the camera, you could see where they were.
Yeah, they're still along the canal path.
And you could see where they were running towards.
India 99 receiving ambulance.
Yeah, MP India 99 have now made their way up towards the locks at the end of Nellick Street. I need units, please, to go to the far end of the Nellick Street.
They went to ground by the canal bank, by a back garden there. That gives us a bit of time to look at the map and decide, okay, how are we going to contain this and get units to it.
Right, I've got 2 PCs on the canal tow path. Can you acknowledge India 99?
Yeah, good.
If you look towards our location, you'll see a block of 4 houses together. To the right-hand side, you may see 2 cars parked up facing inwards.
The fugitives are being surrounded, but still PC Chard wants more. He's determined that all 3 will be caught.
You'll buy the 2 vehicles now, don't go too far forward. I want to get this area contained because they're just going to run. They're about 30 or 40 feet in the bushes, and beyond them is a canal. If you can contain either side before you go in.
It's important to put yourself in the position of the PCs. They're running in the dark, they can't see where they're going, they haven't got the bigger picture. In my experience, they're happy to let us guide them in and take control of the situation.
The officers that have just come round to the right and overlooking the river. To your left you should see a tree overhanging the river and they are under that tree. Over.
It's in the PC's nature to go piling in and nick the person. It's good to be above and say, okay guys, don't go rushing in there. You go this side, you go that side. Okay, he's got nowhere to go. Okay, third person, you go in there and arrest him.
Yeah, there's one officer has approached what we believe is all 3 together in the trees. Another officer just coming towards. Keep coming, turn to your right now.
Here we've got 3 in custody.
Without the helicopter and its thermal imager, nobody below would know how many they were after.
MP India 99, I can confirm we only saw 3 persons leave the vehicle, so that's all accounted for.
That's all received.
When you see the ground troops lay hands on him, you can't beat the feeling of getting that arrest.
Hey, result.
Lovely old job.
Even though you're detached, you still want to go, yeah, we've got him.
Good stuff. Yeah, a bit of fun.
The Sky Cops are based at a heliport on the edge of Epping Forest. It's now 7 a.m. Time for the night crew to call it a day.
We've gone down.
Very nice man.
Yeah, sure. London Sky Cops fly around the clock 7 days a week. It's not all about thief catching though. The helicopters must be looked after properly.
We wash the duty aircraft twice a week, Sunday mornings and Wednesdays. Today being a Thursday is because the aircraft was fairly busy yesterday. You know, the bugs that we pick up when we're flying around on the windscreen, just cuts down the visibility. We need to see what we're doing, and the camera equipment obviously needs to be kept clean so that the evidence is not spoiled.
London has 3 of these choppers, each cost £5 million. And there's a long line of Metropolitan Police officers who want to fly in them. Today, wannabe Sky Cops are facing flight tests to see if any of them are good enough to become air observers. And the pressure's on.
I am nervous, very nervous. I've got absolutely no flying experience whatsoever, so it's going to be a new experience for me going up in the helicopter. But it is exciting, and it is something you don't get to do every day, so I'll give it my best shot and see how I get on.
PC Behrman is one of hundreds who applied to fill just 2 vacancies in this air support unit. The final 5 have been under assessment for months. PC Miller is used to pressure. He drives fast police cars in North London as part of a rapid response team.
See yourself in. Nervous. I was quite apprehensive about wondering if I'll be able to work in the environment of a helicopter. I've never flown in a helicopter before in my life.
We've tested them on the ground as best we can. We've tested for aptitude, but there's no substitute for actually getting them in the aircraft, using the cameras, using the maps, and actually being in that environment.
Miller will have to convince Sergeants Brandon and Hutchison that he's fit for purpose. A video record's being kept too.
Okay, if you'd like to zoom in on the top of the gherkin, that's good. Right, what I'd like you to do now, please, is put the quad on screen, pressing the fit button down on the left. So if you look at the screen, you can work out exactly where we are now and what direction we're heading. The map is always north up. So what direction are we heading?
We're heading south at the moment, we're heading in the wrong direction.
Exactly, so you need to talk us as to which way we need to go.
Okay. It's in a northerly direction, so we're going to need to turn the aircraft around.
We're looking at spatial awareness, navigation, camera work, their ability to listen to instructions and listen to radios and follow instruction. So you add all of those sort of skills together and you come up with a series of tasks that becomes progressively more complex.
Yeah, I did expect it to be quite intense, and it definitely lived up to that. So.
Okay, that's us all done.
Okay. Chris, if you want to start your systems as we talked about earlier, so the cards are out. Cards are out. Mapping on, good.
Back in the flight test chopper, another wannabe is facing the sergeants. PC Air is a firearms officer, more used to carrying guns than maps.
Can you direct the pilot to take us to the roundabout on the junction of the M11 and the A406, North Circular Road, which is on page 102?
On page 102, well.
And if you can't use an A to Z and use it quickly, you're unlikely to make the grade as a Sky Cop.
Possibly turn on to east. Follow the 406, eastbound.
Meanwhile, a second helicopter, call sign India 99, is out on patrol over East London. But things are quiet.
That's an offence down there, look, 4 o'clock, that pink Micra.
Oh dear, hairdressers.
In the front observer position is PC Banning, a rookie. 12 months ago, he was being given the once-over.
The actual process of selection is extremely stressful. I particularly hated it. You can see the sweat beads, you can see them panicking. But it is worthwhile, and now the sense of achievement that I've got now being part of the team up here is immense.
Back at Lippett's Hill, PC Behrman is starting her flight test and a first-time go at using the heli-telly.
Okay, what I want you to do now is, using the button that's marked Vic, change the camera to the spotter scope. And you'll see that's it. Now try and keep it on the card, focus it up to see if we can read the registration number.
Yeah.
For her, the pressure's really on.
Can you give me the name of that estate, please?
Yes. I've got the park. Is it as detailed as Barnes Court?
So look at your map and look at what you can actually see out the window.
Yeah. Okay, alright, so we're sorry, we're before the M11.
The flight test for many is their first ever flight in a helicopter, and that certainly adds to the pressure and adds to the nerves. But what we're looking to do is see whether they can cope with that pressure, stay calm and focused.
I found it hard. I did find it very hard. Oh yeah, I lost my bearings on more than one occasion.
I can't hover over that junction for you at the moment, so I'm going to have to keep going in little circles at the moment.
Okay, sorry, the Orchard Estate, I was too far north.
Oh, that's fine.
I was very disappointed because I didn't feel that I did as well as I wanted to.
PC Behrman believes she's flunked the test completely.
Well, Anna did very well. She had very high expectations of herself, and when things didn't quite go to plan, I think she, in her own mind, felt that she'd let herself down.
I'm right, actually. I had to go and compose myself because I was a little bit upset. It didn't go quite as well as I hoped.
Her examiners are sympathetic, but unmoved.
We've got very limited resources, limited number of flying hours and a limited amount of time in which to train someone, and we need to try and determine whether within that time and within those resources this person has a realistic chance of passing the course.
Sorry.
Have been delayed. Even with 3 helicopters, it's not always possible to keep them all in the air at the same time. A job for the unit's team of 9 engineers.
It's a very rewarding job. You take a lot of satisfaction in what you do. You've got to be on the ball all the time. You can't have bad days, really. You've got to have the integrity as well. If you do make a mistake, to put your hand up straight away and say, no, that's not right. You can't let something go. You can't let them go flying if something's not right.
For the last 2 wannabe Skycops, the delay hasn't been long enough. Navigation is not PC Stanley's strong point.
2 dogs straight in front of us, there's a white building straight in front.
Sorry mate, I can see loads of
Sorry,
yeah. Straight ahead.
Okay, straight ahead there's a... my map's gone. Is there any reason on the map?
You got one there.
Alright, no worries.
He's struggling, and the sergeant seemed to know it.
Press the wrong button again.
What I'd like you to do now, please, is take us to junction 24 of the M25.
Okay, junction 4.
PC Stanley is lost already.
Now you should have the railway line there. There's the good.
Yeah, A406 is on our left-hand side.
I had a few problems. I mean, when you're busy looking down at maps, suddenly get disorientated where you are, trying to point out where we've just been flying over, and then trying to find it again on the map. Quite difficult, and plus at the same time sometimes the aircraft is in quite a steep bank and your stomach seems to be going somewhere, so it's been there was a few problems like that, but hopefully I managed to bring them back.
Last up is PC Brandon, another police fast response driver from North London. Brandon can read maps okay, but is facing possibly his worst nightmare. Earlier in the selection process, he let slip that he has a fear of flying.
It's not my favourite activity. I love flying since I was a kid, but as I've grown older, I've sort of become a bit more fearful of it. It's a case of whether my nerves are going to get the better of me.
If you look out to the left of the aircraft now, you see a collection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tower blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give me the name of that housing estate, please?
The Orchard Estate.
Okay.
Spot on. Anyone got a drink? Jack Daniels.
Once again, the sergeants go for the jugular. Captain Roberts has been told to show PC Brandon just what this helicopter can do.
This is the one, isn't it?
No, I really don't like this bit. That's really going for my head.
Well, this is what we do all the time.
I'm sure you do.
The secret is to look out, okay?
Okay. You're trying to make me feel sick, aren't you?
No, you're coping too well, so I'm turning you over now.
It's no good having a Sky Cop who can't take fast turns and bad
I've
weather.
got my pencil, John, if you need it later on.
Right. I'll do that now. This is the one you like.
No, I don't like that. This is the bit I really... Oh, God, that's awful.
You got your pencil back yet?
Yeah, I've got it.
Thanks. Right, where are we, Matt?
Where are we, Matt? I think it's really important, Matt, because this is what we do every day. So you need to know for your own mind whether you can deal with this.
No, fair enough.
You know, if you feel uncomfortable during this, then seriously, this is not the job for you.
Okay.
I wanted Matt to see what the aircraft does on a real job, and I wanted us to get an opportunity to see how he reacted.
It's been a tough flight, and for PC Brandon, a final one.
Whilst he was very, very comfortable and very competent, in fact, as a potential air observer, my concerns about the risks of him not sticking with the job mean that I'm not going to invite him back for interview.
The sergeants have also failed PC Stanley, but 3 have passed their flight tests. PC's Miller, Air, and, to her great surprise, PC Behrman.
Her performance was nowhere near as bad as she believed it was. And we've invited her back for an interview. We wouldn't have done that if we didn't think she was trainable as an air observer.
The 3 PCs face 2 more weeks of examination and assessment, but only 2, if any, will become Sky Cops. It's 7 p.m. The night shift's on, and tonight there are worries about the visibility, this unit's biggest enemy.
Just had a quick look at the weather there. They're down to about 3Ks over Heathrow at the moment.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, I want to do well. Just do a quick debrief then.
All right.
Forecast cloud and rain could ground the Sky Cops.
Yeah, so it's visibility that's coming down really. That's going to be what causes the problem later.
Already they are needed to help with a car crash.
Been a fatal accident on the M25.
But the conditions are changing fast.
How about you? I think that's looking a bit grim. Yeah, I'm going back down again.
Clouds are too low. They've tried to lift. If you look at the incident on the cloud monitor, it's showing that it is within limits, but it's not always accurate, and it's always down to the pilot.
As soon as we lifted above the trees, you could see, well, you couldn't see what was the problem. So it was an easy decision to come back down again, discretion being the better part of valour. But it was worth a try, at least we got to see what the weather was like. But it is annoying, it was close to limits, but it's looking like a miserable night. I don't think we'll be doing much else.
London Sky Cops can lose as much as 3 weeks a year due to poor visibility. By morning, the weather is worse, but the visibility is okay. Just.
This weather's isn't it? Not good.
Today's first mission is a vital one. There's violence on the streets of London. Riot police have been deployed to deal with what looks like a full-scale riot. But this is a training exercise. An unusual and important one. For the first time since the suicide bomb attack on London of July the 7th, 2005, London's 3 emergency services are practicing working together during a major incident.
There's a real realisation that we need to practice responding to critical incidents in London where we have to speak with the ambulance service, the fire service. We all have different priorities when we arrive at an incident such as a bomb.
When the 7/7 bombings took place, police, fire and ambulance found themselves under greater pressure because they couldn't communicate with each other properly.
There was more than one scene of critical incident, great confusion. The key major problem was communication, and if you can't communicate, you can't really do anything.
And that's where London Sky Cops come in.
9999 from Nasher.
Go ahead, over.
Can you just let me know when you put the call into control of what you've seen?
Yeah, it's all received. We are downlinking.
For the first time, India 99's heli-telly is being used to downlink pictures of this mock attack to commanders on the ground armed with special mobile video receivers, enabling senior officers to see right into the heart of the riot.
What was happening was there was fires breaking out. There was a riot going on, and with our downlink capability, we're giving them real-time updates. It's a useful tool.
The Sky Cops will show them things they wouldn't normally be able to see.
An urgent message, we have a male in distress on the roof of a building.
It's all received, it just picked up on your monitor. Thanks so much, units deployed, over.
Today's training exercise is also the first time a police officer has coordinated fire and ambulance as well as police. He's called a Silver Commander.
Right, so that's 6 things that we've got running now. My role today is based upon the information that's coming in. We know what we want to achieve, which is obviously a peaceful outcome and a return to normality. And my role is to work out how we're actually going to do that.
The Silver Commander is being pressurised and tested to see how he copes with the various crises thrown at him.
Done, please. Right, okay, we'll let you know.
There's a fire in the house below. Control, receiving India 99. The building that the person in distress is on the roof of, the ground floor at the rear of the premises is a fire.
The air support unit really gives an overview of what's going on. It gives you a very clear picture of who's where, because the information you're receiving from the officers on the scene can be a little bit disparate and a little bit detached, and you pull that together with the feeds particularly that you're getting and the commentary you're getting from the air support unit. It gives you a really clear picture of what's going on in real time. The man on the roof, High Street.
Still attended that.
That's still being dealt with. Yep. Right, we've still got sporadic disorder as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, Golf 150.
Without the heli-telly pictures, the commanders would have no idea how much danger the man is in.
Yeah, there's the fire engines there.
Yeah, they're waiting to get the secure area for them. That is useful to show them what's going on.
This riot might be make-believe, but so too are the streets of London it is taking place in. This is a brand new purpose-built Metropolitan Police training complex, which cost over £15 million and rivals any Hollywood film set.
We've got tube trains, we've got a train, we've got part of an aeroplane, we've got a part of a stadium, loads of street scenes and buildings mocked up for various things that you'd see on any general area in London or parts of London on the surrounds.
Oh, look, there's another man. Yeah, need to put that on. Got a man down on the roof there.
But, as in every movie, there's always a moment less convincing than the rest.
He's wearing the blue overalls and I'm wearing the overall.
Nevertheless, the rescue will be taken seriously, just like the real thing.
You need to tell him now, don't you, that you've spotted something else. So throw it into the pot, Simon, as we would do in reality.
Silver receiving India 99.
It can never feel entirely real, because obviously there aren't real people going to be hurt, there isn't property going to be damaged, people aren't in real danger. But when you actually start getting swallowed into the exercise, then a degree of reality certainly creeps into it.
Hold on. I'm holding on, mate. Really tired now.
We don't take it lightheartedly, and I think we all get into our roles fairly quickly and almost switch onto autopilot and start doing it as you would do it on the day.
9999 receiving. Just going over the edge now, over.
He is safe.
He's safe.
After 8 hours, the state of anarchy is over.
You learn from those training exercises, so you can do it correctly in a safe way when it comes to the real thing.
In South London, teenagers on mopeds are terrorising the residents of Croydon.
They've just ridden down Watney's Road. They should be coming out the other end, Croydon Road, any moment.
Victor Whiskey from 99, if I can come in. I think I've got these 2 mopeds. They're northbound, common side west.
The youngsters have no idea they're being tracked by a police helicopter.
Been pulling wheelies.
Unfortunately, they don't seem to realise the dangers that they're in and what danger they put other members of the public.
Victor Whiskey, these 2 bikes are split up. One's left behind near Grove Road.
the following, but these bikes are too fast and too dangerous.
The other one's going eastbound up towards Leonard Road.
For the captain of India 99, this is an important job. It's the first time he's had to follow terrors on bikes.
Very exciting moment. I've done all that training in the new helicopter, and this was my very first job, so adrenaline was running, and I didn't want to mess it up.
Guys, just to let you know, the bids has come down a bit.
There's a temporary loss at the moment. Stand by. He's gone into an address. I'll give you the address. Stand by.
Yeah, you got another man. The one we followed, the one doing the wheelies, headed for home, which is quite handy for us because once he gets home, he's got nowhere to go. I can only assume he didn't know we was following him.
Yeah, units from 99 that are in the garden. There are people in. The suspect was seen to go in the rear door.
But there's a problem. The woman who's answered the door of the house says her son's not been out all day.
I expected them to make a few inquiries and maybe arrest someone, but quite soon there was obviously a bit of ruckus going on. A suspect or PC almost came tumbling out the front door, and I thought something's going on here which isn't too good.
We've got 2 detained, we've got 2 others and a dog here though, so if we can have at least another 2 units down, please.
Yeah, that's all received. I've got your visual out the window. We've got you on camera.
Good job, boys. Well done.
Like it.
Good job.
Thank you for your time. Our tasking is now complete.
It was a nice little job, and obviously we had a good result at the end of it. It was one of relief, I think, that I'd managed to sort of survive my first job without causing too many problems.
The Sky Cops are based on the outskirts of London at Lippets Hill, home to 15 police officers who are air observers in the unit.
99 Lima, we've been asked to go to Elephant Castle, page 162.
One of them is PC Cole. Today, his feet are firmly on the ground, working the control tower, waiting for two-wheel terrorists.
With a number of bikes in the park area. However, we're looking for a motorcycle, no rear index plate.
Because you're an observer, you know what the crew needs in terms of information for a job. You can sometimes even second guess what the request is going to be. So you can be looking up addresses, getting map references, which then allow the crew to get to a job a lot quicker than them having to scan through the mapping system in the aircraft.
It doesn't take long. 2 robbers have broken into a house and escaped on motorbikes. Police on the ground have lost them.
West, up, northeast, good to go.
India 99, Pierce 82. The one we're after is the black and black coach, blue moped, no rear index plate.
Black on black blue moped received.
Yeah, please do.
No rear index plate. Got that.
Working the Sky Cops camera on this mission is front seat observer PC Arnold.
I'm going to stay in the park because they keep coming through there.
Yeah, on the day in.
It's not always the camera which gives the game away. Captain Sutton has a good view too.
Yeah, right across the park towards us. Into the estate now.
Sutton has been flying the Sky Cops for 2 years.
He's going right into a house beside the red. He's off the bike, he's legged it. Go right a bit, fire. Just in there, in that gap, between the first and second houses. There's the bike, and there's the Urbans.
I've flown helicopters in the military, I did some police work, I've flown airliners out of Heathrow. With experience, you're able to spend that little bit more time looking out rather than looking in. Then the chance of picking up something that's going on that's unusual is increased.
What are they doing in there?
Yeah, we've got 2 lads. They're going into a house. The ones with the trial bike.
And that's got no rear index.
Yeah.
And they're about to hide underneath that tarpaulin.
Yeah.
The description of the riders fit the burglary report.
Yeah. One unit can make themselves free to speak. But they put the bike under the blue tarpaulin at the back of the garden.
It was good to pick up on them before they got to the premises in which they secreted the bike, because obviously had we been 30 seconds behind, then the bike would have been out of our view.
We're just trying to find some identification marks on it and I'll do a check, but this is an off-roader. I don't think an off-roader was involved in the burglary, so this is probably not.
It may be the wrong bike, but it shouldn't be on the road.
Yeah, from 99, that's all received. We're going to carry on, have a look around, see if we can pick up any of the other mopeds concerned in the original incident.
While the ground cops hand out summonses, the sky cops must try again.
90 right, low, destroyed, going towards us now. That's it.
Silver one. He looks alright. Single rider.
Looks alright, does he? Okay, you happy with that then?
Quebec Kilo 21, it's a call.
Meanwhile, back at Lippett's Hill, PC Cole is watching telly. The heli telly, downlinked by microwave from India 99.
We had one near Brent Cross and one up near Tosseridge now as well. I can be sat there in the control room and effectively almost be like a fourth crew, and I can then talk them into something I've seen or just help with the general job that they're doing.
Well, there's actually a third one and that one's chew up.
That's got no rear number plate, is it?
That's got to be alloy. I saw the dash is smashed up.
Near the street, 2 up, no number plate.
It's instinct more than anything, with a smidge of luck that you look out the window and what you're looking for is there. Occasionally, you might have the wrong one, but probably 8 times out of 10, you're looking for a specific thing, and your instinct tells you that's the one.
He's gone under that canopy.
Gone under that canopy.
He's in there somewhere.
It's currently a stop and lost visual at Holden Avenue. There's one out on foot.
Where?
Gone under the tree, possibly. Going down the footpath to the right. And being your 99, no, we've got locals on foot.
Good one, nice tackle. Fantastic, 90 right.
This one's detained.
Don't know how we're going to get the other one. No, good spot there, Louis.
We need somebody to go to Sherrod Court, which is where they took the bike into. We've only seen one come out.
To get good evidence, I directed the officers back to the bike, which was stolen, so they've now matched the motorcycle and the suspect together.
Well, we got the driver, haven't we? And we got the bike.
We got the bike and the rider.
And the helmets.
And the helmets.
You're just trying to help out because they're going to be at full capacity. But if the crew are on a really good job, then you do wish you were up in the aircraft.
In the heart of London, a demonstration is underway. Not motorbikers, anti-Iraq war protesters intent on marching on Parliament. At their base, the Sky Cops have been called on as air cover in case the demo turns nasty.
Winds from 2607 knots, greater than 10 k's visibility, scattered at 3,500 feet, so it's quite a stable situation over the whole area.
Okay guys, we are going to be heavy.
Nothing out to the west, nothing over the top.
In a secret control centre, senior police officers are monitoring the demo with the help of heli-telly. Sergeant Gleeson is the Sky Cop in charge.
The main purpose of us policing a demonstration like that is to give the overall picture to the ground commanders that are controlling all the resources that police these events, certainly to give them crowd dynamics, areas of potential problems.
Just have a little look in the vicinity of the London Eye.
Flying over central London is a piece of cake for the air observers, but a nightmare for pilot Chris Daly.
There's a temptation to get down low because you can see the action, but you've got to remain high so that you can look out for obstructions. You've got to not only watch what the aircraft is doing, what the observers are talking about and what they want, but you do have to make an effort to maintain a broader view of things, and that's a skill.
Dodge. To give you a heads up guys, if we are do this engine, we are looking at somewhere to land gracefully. That's not going to be a medium.
Yeah. This is back guard.
Yeah. She really would freak out, but
yeah, just up there. Oh, can you downlink the quad? Can you?
Yep.
It's Sergeant Gleeson's job to get the Sky Cops into the right place at the right time. That means demo hotspots.
Steve, if you can go to Parliament Square, get into a hole for me.
Steve, I was going to make it over there.
Over there, yeah.
Oh, it's on the move, it's on the move. It's off. They're going to walk from Trafalgar Square to Downing Street and that's it.
Yeah. There's going to be some more tight turns on the north.
Permission for this demo was only given this morning. The police haven't had much time to prepare, and marching on Parliament is now against the law.
Situation can become very fluid, out of control, and if you're not on the ball, you're left standing and the controllers on the ground are asking for information which you cannot provide.
If you go right a bit, Louis, there's a sort of little subgroup there, just outside number 10, up there.
Have a look at him. Who's that in the middle?
Oh, he's a Guantanamo Bay victim. This is... Oh, they're forming another cordon. Is that protesters trying to get through there now? On the left-hand side, down there.
Yeah, we've got to sit down in the middle of Parliament.
We're just on the phone to me.
This is what the police feared. Protesters upping the ante.
Yeah, 9-9 ahead.
No, tighter in slightly on
Parliament Square.
Okay, guys. Come down. That's it. There. Down a little bit. Down a little bit. Down a little bit.
It's all starting to kick off now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Temps are starting to freeze when it's done.
Let's go!
We were focusing on one or two individuals who were becoming very agitated and having a go at the police. So we can, in a way, get very personal with people through the camera, and we can see their emotions. So you can actually get a feel, the vibe for what's actually happening on the ground.
Police have lost it, strangely enough, because there's no room to put the ball in. So much for the law that says they can't march on Parliament. Yep.
As the demo fizzles out, India 99 is free to resume the search for terrors on two wheels.
Hopefully people know that we're using all the technology we can to fight crime on the streets and make people feel safe, even though it's not always welcome, a noisy helicopter buzzing above your head. If nothing happens and the event passes off safely for everyone who's there, then it's been a policing success.
In South London, a special crime unit has been set up to target bikers who rob and burgle.
We use the ASU in planned operations where we target certain areas, but also we use them when we're out on the streets. It's very difficult for us to pursue mopeds, whereas with the ASU, they can track it and keep an eye on it until such time as it's abandoned, and hopefully we've got a unit in the area who can pick it up.
PC Jim Horan has been a ground cop for 25 years. He's witnessed the massive increase in crime committed on bikes.
We've had lots of instances where you'll have two suspects on a moped and ride up on the pavement and snatch at someone's handbag. You know, sometimes they are quite violent, and even when we've got behind them, knowing that they've just committed a robbery, we can't keep up with them.
PC Horan isn't having a good day. Minutes ago, he spotted a stolen bike, but already he's lost it in traffic.
Gone. Can't see them. But I don't know which way they went.
The Lewisham Crime Unit aren't only worried about the amount of bikes crime. It's getting more violent and more dangerous.
The criminal fraternity now know that they can get away from us if they're on high-powered bikes, and they'll steal these bikes and then use them to transport drugs and guns across the capital, knowing that they've got far less chance of being stopped.
India 99, receiving India Lima.
Part of the crime crackdown is India 99. Its crew will help Lewisham's undercover officers as they try to track the criminals.
X-ray India 99. We're opening your barrel for the next 10 minutes on highway patrol. Can you see what's asking, please, Desna?
Yeah, proceed.
The crime team have found the stolen moped PC Horan lost earlier. The chase is back on.
All right, it's coming our way.
Also heading PC Horan's way is India 99, with PC Chard as the backseat tactical commander.
India 99.
There we go. Left. I put it left.
Don't feel where there's a chase going on.
To the blues, this main road is ahead of the blues. Right to left.
I've got a bike, yeah.
MP India 99, we've got this bike in sight. If I can have a radio silence for a second, I'll give you the location. It's Verdant Lane, northbound.
The helicopter is now above the bike, and it should be coming out at this junction.
Coming up to a junction.
It's on this road, so let's see where he's coming. There he goes.
Because these guys garden pavements and along alleyways, and it's left, right, and it's hard work working the camera, but they still don't get away.
Just confirm that he's wearing a helmet, have you ever?
Pursuing criminal bikers is almost impossible, and PC Chard's mission is to ensure no one gets hurt.
Wearing a helmet.
If I can ask all the blues to pull back, please. I don't want to push this guy.
Oh, we're just pulling back here because this bloke's, he will have an accident otherwise. If you know the helicopter's there, it's great. You can hold back. They can take over the pursuit. They can watch it from up in the sky, and they can guide you to where it eventually comes to a halt.
That's all received.
PC Horan is driving to plan. Hang back. Pounce when the biker stops. But this terror has other ideas. A housing estate.
It's a right line into Franklin Close and now into...
Right, helicopter's above still. We're balked here.
Onto our pathway in this state. Still on the pathways through this state.
As good as we are, we still need the ground units to be in the vicinity. And on that particular occasion, the unmarked unit following was balked by a bollard along the alleyway. These guys are quite clever. They know where the alleyways are, which cars can't get down.
Police!
All we could do really was keep the commentary going, so that they knew the up-to-date position of the bike.
Okay, I've lost him now.
There's a little tunnel running in underneath there.
Did he get off the bike?
He's on the tunnel.
There's a decam. Stand by.
Have a decam.
Right, this is where he's just dumped the bike. I'm not exactly sure where.
Stand by for the name of the tower block.
The electronic mapping system in 99 not only gives the Sky Cops street names, but the actual name of housing blocks, and even individual house numbers.
Harmon House and Pelican House. Harmon House and Pelican House. Last seen under the stairwell between them two blocks.
My concern then is making sure that I cover all the exits, so we had to go into quite a tight orbit to make sure we were seeing front and back in case he did make a run for it and we missed him. But we were 100% sure that he hadn't moved.
He hasn't come out.
That's all received. Papa 3, Papa 3, Papa 1, Papa 1.
He's gone into this tower block and the bike's been abandoned just in there. So we're going to get a dog van down here and hopefully we'll be able to get a track. But if he's got out at a different floor, it'd be difficult.
There's nothing more the crew of India 99 can do.
Good stuff.
Yeah, a bit of fun.
That went on for a bit.
Alright, let's head back towards Blackheath.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, PC Horan and Co must turn to the police dog teams for help. Horan's day has just got worse.
The dog's tracked, but there's so many different alleyways here that he could have gone anywhere, to be honest.
No body, unfortunately, so he was obviously in that block of flats somewhere, which can be quite frustrating because you've managed to stick with him and chase him right to that point, and you really do want to see a result at the end of it.
It hurts when they get away. You do get a sinking feeling in your stomach, but that's life.
The man doing wheelies on the bike in South London was arrested, but no further action was taken. His brother, who tried to stop him being arrested, accepted a police caution. The man who stole the Fiat Punto and led 3 police forces across 2 counties into East London was found to be in breach of a court order and was sent to prison for 5 months. After are recovering from the flight tests.
Okay, if you'd like to zoom in on the top of the gherkin.
2 of the 3 wannabe Sky Cops were offered jobs on the unit. PC's Miller,
Time Warp,
and Bearman.
Enjoy that.
I'm counting down the days. Not many shifts left. I am very excited to be coming up here.
Twenty-first-century policing in the inner cities is a relentless battle against violence, weapons, drugs and vice. This makes London, with its 8 million inhabitants, Britain's crime capital. Here, the Met Police have to daily place themselves in the line of fire. Tonight on Britcop's Frontline Crime, motorbike madness.
Here we go. We've got a crash.
Taking potential drug dealers off the streets.
Oh, whoa. It's got gear on it, coughing.
Routine inquiries spark a domestic.
Not going in handcuffs. No, what are you doing?
Going in handcuffs.
And the drug squad, always on duty, come hell or high water. Nighttime in London brings cover of darkness for some of the country's hardest criminals. Hammersmith and Fulham streets play host to a seedy underworld, and tonight is no exception. Police have spotted 2 mopeds travelling at high speed through the streets of Fulham.
We've got 2 mopeds who've just come down the road at speed, gone past us and failed to stop. Come down at high speed, so we're just going to go down. We're following the area car at the moment.
An area car authorised to pursue is on their tail, and 4 other units are convening to head them off, whatever route they take.
Here we go. We've got a crash.
Location of the crash.
When he gets there, 1 rider's already down. Officers are straight onto the youth. He's conscious and could be dangerous, and so needs to be restrained and fast.
As the bike's come down here, I understand it that this bike's gone into the rear of just an innocent motorist on his motorbike, crashed into the back of it, and obviously the rider's come off and injured himself. So that silly boy, basically.
Sorry. He's made an admission to the officers that the reason he didn't stop is he doesn't have any insurance. The manner of his driving was extremely dangerous, and he's put other members of the public at risk as well. So a very silly thing to do just for the sake of having no insurance.
Can you breathe all right?
Police at the scene are all trained first aiders, and they do what they can for him while they wait for an ambulance.
I think it could be. I hope it's not broken. I pray to God it's not broken.
At the moment, he's got a leg injury to his left leg. He's complaining of pain around the knee. I've had a good look at it, and we've got him nice and comfortable on the floor. We're not going to move him. We're just making sure that he's comfortable, that he can breathe properly, and we'll let the ambulance crew look at him when they get here.
The innocent motorcyclist who got hit is at least in good spirits.
I'm happy I'm okay, don't worry.
He's under arrest at the moment. He will remain in custody, and an officer will travel to hospital with him so that when he's released and he's fit enough to be dealt with, he'll be taken to Hammersmith Police Station and interviewed about this matter.
I'm going to strap your leg up, all right? Just in case.
But the fallen moped rider is paying for his stupidity.
This is the damage that's been caused to the front of the suspect's bike. That impact, and I think he's very lucky just to have a minor leg injury.
In a nearby estate, there are reports of a man on the loose with a knife. PC's Emma Hastings and Paul Warnes are en route.
Basically, we've had a call through to say that there's a neighbour outside the location armed with a knife, banging on the door. So we're just going to go down there, see what's occurring.
First, the officers have to find the people who made the 999 call. Then, with their help, they can hopefully find the man with the knife.
We're just going to go in, speak to the occupant and find out any more information that we can on this bloke.
The officers find the caller, but far from fearing for his life, he seems very relaxed.
You not had problems with him before?
No,
for any reason?
He's friendly with us all the time.
Do you know him like to cause problems around this estate or anything?
No, he's just always having a little drink and a spliff.
What the knife look
like? The knife looked like a little sword.
With a good description, the officers head off to find the man. And it's not long before he shows up.
Just stand up for me and put your arms out. Put your hands on the car. There's just been an allegation that you may be in possession of a bladed article, a knife or a sword or something. Have you got anything on you that may harm yourself or me?
No, I haven't. No.
All right, I'm just going to give you a quick pat down, all right?
But this man's story is a little different from the caller's.
Do you know what? I just don't like these little heroin heads they're bringing in the block. I've got 6 kids in here, yeah? So I ain't on this little crap that's coming in this block every time.
All right, tell us what's gone on tonight, because we've had an allegation that you may have been walking around the streets with like a knife or a sword.
I hit the door with my fist. Sword? What are you talking about a sword?
What did you hit the door for?
Why?
Yeah.
The heroin addicts keep coming in this block.
This guy says he was trying to protect the neighbourhood.
If they want to bring the dirtiness in the block, and my 6 kids are there, what are you trying to tell me? You're trying to... No, I don't need to call you. I'm not no grass. Watch. I'm no grass, yeah? If you need to arrest me for suspicion, have me take me.
But despite his claims of being a vigilante, he may not be entirely squeaky clean.
Check my record, and then you'll see I do all my shit my way.
When was the last time you got arrested?
When was the last time I got arrested? 98, drug dealing.
Have you had a drink or anything tonight?
I've had a couple of brandies, darling.
All right.
There's clearly been a disagreement, but there's no sign of a knife, and on further discussion with the callers, the police decide to leave this one for now.
After the governor's spoken to the people upstairs, they don't want to substantiate nothing, all right? So you're not going to get nicked. You are not to go knocking on their door, harass them in any way. If you do, you'll be up for arrest, all right?
Whatever you say, darling.
Right, hopefully that'll be the last we have to see of him tonight.
In Hammersmith, there's another scooter on the run from the law and another driver with no insurance. Uninsured motorists are a major danger on the roads of London. Across the UK, 4 people are killed every week by uninsured drivers, and police are clamping down. When this rider realises he's not going to get away from PC's Gardner and Hock and Hull, he gives himself up, and the officers begin to find out why he ran.
As soon as you saw us coming down the road, you drove off. Come and join us on the pavement. Why are you driving your bike again when you've got no insurance?
Okay, the thing is this, I wasn't driving, like I lived just in Fulham and I was just driving.
You shouldn't be driving your bike then, should you?
PC Gardner does a little more questioning and starts unravelling more of this guy's story.
You got a licence?
Yes, I do have a licence.
A full licence?
It's like it's in the police taking points off.
So you've already got points. How many points have you got?
I've got 3 points left.
So you've got 9 points on a provisional licence. Are you sure you're not disqualified?
Well, I've got 3 points left.
This guy clearly isn't the world's greatest driver, and these 2 cops aren't going to let him carry on tearing up the roads on his scooter.
You're driving way too fast, away from a police car, and you haven't got any insurance.
The reason why I was going so fast is because a friend of mine has got my speakers and I wanted to get them before like he went in.
That is the worst excuse I've ever heard.
I swear on my mum's life, you can ask my friend.
But no amount of excuses is going to stop PC Gardner taking this guy off the road.
What's going to happen now is your bike's going to be impounded.
You need insurance to get it back though. Every day it's there until you get insurance, you get charged if you want your bike back. And it's either that or the bike just gets taken off you and gets crushed.
No, okay.
The young driver isn't happy with his predicament. He's all but just lost his licence.
You get 6 points for this.
Well, that means I ain't got a licence.
Well, you shouldn't be driving a car without insurance. Bike without insurance.
The rider now has to walk home. His scooter will be taken away, and if he doesn't get insurance and collect it, it'll be crushed.
Get out of the car.
Coming up, A routine stop uncovers a substantial stash.
He's got gear on him, coffin.
Tempers fray as the robbery squad make an arrest.
Okay, do you want to open the door so I can do it, or I will kick the door in? Not a problem then.
You're not
That's
kicking the
fine.
door in.
The door's going in.
And the burglary team go after London's most wanted.
Back door.
Police, open the door.
Open the door, I'm putting it in, I can see someone going out the back.
It's early afternoon, and PC Rich Hargate and Sergeant Andy Jessup are patrolling the streets of Hammersmith. And it's not long before a passing car gets PC Hargate's sixth sense fired up.
Yeah, vehicle check on the move, Fulham Road.
The driver and the passenger seem nervous. The cops stop the car to have a chat with the driver and get a closer look at the passenger.
Why aren't you wearing your seatbelt?
Sorry, officer. What's the camera for?
Get out of the car. Just keep your hands where I can see him, mate. Just go over there, mate.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, he's not filming you, don't worry about that. Is this your car?
Yeah.
How long you had it, mate?
I've had it for about a month and a half.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got any identification on you, mate?
I haven't got anything with me now.
No, you've been arrested before?
Yeah.
What for?
Just fighting and stuff.
Fighting and stuff?
Yeah.
Anything else? No? Okay.
What's that for?
The driver's known to police, and PC Hargate has already seen something in the car that makes him suspicious.
No? Got any drugs on you? You take drugs?
No.
Take cannabis?
Nope.
No? Why is there sort of drugs paraphernalia in the footwells? By that I mean sort of small little bits of paper, loose tobacco in the footwells. Why is that?
The car's a bit dirty, to be honest, you know.
As I said, there's drugs paraphernalia in the footwells, all right? So you're going to be searched for drugs. You got anything on you shouldn't have? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't put your hand in there. What do you do for a job?
I'm plumber.
You're a plumber, yeah? How much money is here?
About 1,400.
Why have you got £1,400 on you?
It's from the job.
What job?
From one of my jobs. I've been collecting some money up to sit for a while mode.
The man's got a lot of cash on him, and there's possible evidence of drug use in the car, so PC Hargate gives him a thorough search, making sure he doesn't miss any of the usual hiding places.
Sit down, he's got gear on him, cuff him.
The man has a substantial amount of what looks like crack tucked inside his belt.
What is that? Got a lot of crack on him.
It's midday in Hammersmith, and PC Gary Salmon from the Robbery Squad is on the hunt for a suspected mobile phone thief.
We're on our way to arrest two suspects for a robbery that occurred last night around 2 o'clock.
A young boy was mugged, and the man who lives here was named as the prime suspect. There's no answer at the door, but PC Salmon can see crutches inside and food on the table, and he's certain the suspect is in.
Come and open the door, I'll kick it in.
But before he can take it any further, there's a commotion on the road behind him.
You won't kick no door in. Go away.
Can you let us in, please?
Get that out of my face,
Right,
no.
can we let us in,
Yeah,
please?
you go back. Go back. What?
Right, I'm not going to let you open the door and then close the door on me again, okay?
I ain't gonna close the
Basically,
door on
I'm
you.
here to see okay?
But what? I'm mum.
I need to find out whether he's in there before I tell you what he's arrested
You
for.
guys just don't leave my son alone.
I'll
get the enforcer sent
It's not a problem, we'll put the door in then. It's not a problem. Yes, we can, because we believe he's in there. Okay, he's wanted for an arrestable offence,
Well, you
okay?
just give me 2 minutes then, right, okay? Because I'm going to get my husband.
Right, well, the difficulty is, okay, is I don't know now whether or not you're assisting an offender that I am trying to
I'll go
arrest.
away, I'm a
No, I'm not going to go
47-year-old.
away.
I'm a
Okay, do you want to
47-year-old.
open the door so I can do it,
I've got
or
no
I will kick
keys.
the door in? Not a problem then.
You're not
That's
kicking
fine.
the door in.
The door's going in.
I'm a responsible parent.
Okay, that's
I don't
fine.
need you
Okay,
shouting at me,
okay, don't
okay?
talk to me then.
No amount of reasoning is getting through to this woman. She seems determined just to stall PC Salmon.
No, I don't know what's going on. You won't tell me.
Right.
You know, all you're saying is, all I know is my son was at the hospital last night.
How old is
He's 18, yes, I know,
Okay,
but
so
I'm
he's
his
an
mum,
adult.
okay?
Then, out of nowhere, the suspect appears on the road behind them.
He ain't in there. There he is.
Right, excellent.
He's not going in that
handcuffs.
Yeah, you are going in handcuffs.
No, Rob, I've done what? Why'd you keep doing this?
You're going in handcuffs. You're going in handcuffs.
Listen, there's 3 of you.
What are you doing? You're going in handcuffs.
Seriously, what are you doing?
I've got a
bad
foot.
You're
even listening. That's all right.
Come on, why do you need 3 of you? He's an 18-year-old boy.
Because he's not compliant, is he? At the moment?
What do you mean? He's not
Come on, we'll go in the car. Well, he's not complying, is he?
And as soon as the suspect is cuffed, he starts to show signs of an asthma attack. And then he starts to cry.
Okay. What are they doing here for? Please don't put handcuffs on him. Put them on him.
Because we don't know him, okay?
I know him.
Well, I don't know you, though, do I?
He's asthmatic, okay, and he can't stand up with his foot. Right, what more do you want? Right, he will. Stand.
The boy's mother is becoming increasingly worried about his condition.
No, I want an ambulance now, before he goes anywhere. I want an ambulance now. Get an ambulance, please, now. Now, do it, please.
Back at PC Hargate's roadside stop, it turns out his suspicions were right on the money.
What is that? Whoa, 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 whoa.
But this suspect has suddenly become unable to speak.
What is that? Hello, what is that? Hello, what is that? You're listening to me?
A routine roadside search has uncovered a stash of what looks like crack cocaine.
That is, that's 60 rocks. What is that? What is that?
The passenger from the car has also been struck dumb.
If you've got an explanation as to why you've got that in your possession, tell the officer now. If you haven't, you're an idiot.
What is it? What is all that? Hello?
Do you know anything about that? Do you know anything about that?
Right, you've got £1,600 on you in cash and a big lump of what I suspect to be a controlled drug, Class A drugs. I suspect you're involved in the supply of Class A drugs. All right, so you're under arrest for possession of Class A with intent to supply.
Backup has arrived to help search the car.
Have a right good look, mate, everywhere.
No more drugs are found in the car, but PC Rich Hargate's investigations aren't over yet, and there's still the question of money.
You're also under arrest on suspicion of money laundering.
All that's left to do now is a strip search.
Spread your legs. Bend. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Wait there. We've brought them back here, they've been strip searched, nothing else has been found. It's just a case now of getting authority from our inspector and going around to their home addresses and see if we can find any more drugs or anything, again, that will give us more evidence as to those individuals doing drug supply.
Drugs are at the heart of the cycle of crime on London streets, and crack dealers play a major role.
Oh, beautiful. Nice little crack pipe.
Crack and heroin users account for nearly 12% of London's street crime, and breaking the supply chain is a top priority for officers of Hammersmith and Fulham. Thanks to PC Hargate's keen eye for criminals, this could be one less on the streets and more drugs removed from circulation.
Thank you very much.
Back at the home of the suspected thief, the volume still hasn't died down.
Oh, God, shut up! Christ's sake, leave him alone!
Do not touch me. Look, I'm not going nowhere.
You are under arrest.
Yes, I know
so
I'm under arrest. I've got a bad foot. I'm not running anywhere. I've got a bad foot.
But when PC Salmon manages to get a word in, the woman's story begins to unravel.
So he wasn't in your house then?
Who?
Your son?
I got a phone call from my son, okay, to tell me that you guys were about to kick the door down.
Yeah.
I told him, don't open the door till I got there. I've left my granddaughter at the playhouse, and I've run
so
all the way down here.
why did you tell me that he wasn't in there then?
I'm 47 years old,
Why did you tell me
okay?
that he wasn't in the address then?
What address?
You said that he wasn't in there. He's
because
not
he weren't in there
there
when I was ringing him. I don't know where he's gone.
He was in the address. He's just admitted that his mum told him not to open the door, which is what you've just said to me.
Don't you start on me, questioning me.
No, I'm asking you a question.
And I ain't going to tell you an
All
answer.
right,
Leave me
suit
alone.
yourself then.
It turns out the suspect was in the house, and when he appeared on the street, he had in fact climbed out of a back window and walked round.
okay? At the end of the day, we came to arrest you, okay? You wouldn't let us in the house and then you went out the back door.
To come round,
okay? Well, why can't you just open the door to us? You're an 18-year-old, you're an adult.
And according to this woman, PC Salmon is to blame for the rather public nature of this scene.
There's a whole street full of people. I've lived here all my life. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody knows my business.
Yep.
All right, I ain't got a problem with that because they're nice people.
Right.
But you guys are disgusting. The way you spoke to me, you spoke to him and everything else.
But the simple fact is, and see, that's just it. You're happy to say something to me.
You are unbelievable. Do you think I'm a hard criminal or something?
No, we don't.
He might not be a hard criminal, but he is now under arrest on suspicion of robbery. And so, after all this, the suspect ends up cuffed and in the back of a police van. PC's Joe Walsh and Santo Sorci from the Hammersmith and Fulham robbery squad have spotted a car being driven erratically.
I've just seen him turn into this road from the main road. He's done a little loop. His driving isn't the best. He was going a bit fast. He's got kids around here. So, just have a little chat to him.
There he is. FH, catch it, please.
The officers do a check on the car to make sure it's not known for anything serious, such as firearms or drugs, but the checks come back clear. So they stop him to see what he's got to say about his driving.
Are you going to stop, sir? Sir, come join me over here.
Why are you cameraing me?
He's not, he's cameraing us. Come over here, sir.
The man is already agitated and starts acting aggressively as soon as he gets out of the car.
Is this your vehicle? Yeah. It is.
You stop cameraing me, mate.
He's cameraing me.
No, he's cameraing me.
What's your name, please?
I don't want to say it on the camera. Can you move the camera and I'll tell you
on the
everything?
camera.
No.
Is this your car?
The man is already known to police. In fact, he's just come from a court appearance.
Friday, I got nicked. Saturday, Sunday, I went to court this morning.
Yeah.
I've got let off from court today because the whole reason I got thing was on a Friday. Can you stop cameraing me? What's wrong with this?
They're filming us. They're filming us, not you.
Turn around, that's fine. Right. So what happened is, because I didn't give a sample of my saliva.
Oh yeah, drugs test.
Yeah,
so you had to go to court.
I went to court.
Yeah.
Can you go in my pocket?
And what? And what? Is this your car?
This is my car. It's insured. I got insurance.
It's not coming back in your name. So don't worry about that.
Come out of here. Don't go in your
PC Sorci is satisfied there's nothing else going on here, so all he needs to do now is talk to the man about his driving, if he can get a word in.
Right, my colleague's going to explain to you why we okay? So,
to be fair, I don't really care what happened before,
listen to my
where
colleague.
you've been, what's happened with your car, your radiator, all this. Right, that doesn't really interest me. Okay? I want to know why you're driving around like an idiot.
It's
okay?
because my
There's
car...
a school kicking out at that time. There are children crossing the road. You going around like a hoon.
Because my car kept stopping. It's not me.
Doesn't
the car is going rum like that.
It should be on the road then, should it?
No, but I know I should park.
This man's got an answer for everything. He can't seem to keep his mouth shut.
Am I clean?
You have got insurance, which is commendable.
I just want to get to the hospital. I'm in pain.
You're going in the opposite direction to the hospital now.
No, Hammersmith Hospital is there.
Charing Cross is down that way.
No, but I don't want to create too much traffic. Please, I'm just confused.
I bet you £10 that you don't go to the hospital. You're not, are you? You're not going to the hospital, are you?
Well, I'm going to park up my car.
And now it's time for the driver to turn on the charm.
You know something? You're a pretty lady as well.
Get off.
Fun though it would be for PC Sorci and Walsh to stay and chat, they're happy to let this man go. But after all the complaints, now he wants to be on the telly.
Can you put me on a Bollywood channel? Please, not a normal TV.
Okay, mate.
So all the Indian girls are watching, yeah?
Coming up, the drug squad are always on call, rain or shine. Not even hailstones can stop them. The burglary and robbery teams join forces to take on a well-known criminal.
Top front clear. Top floor's clear.
And one man's big mouth almost gets him banged up.
Take me to jail. I want to go see my cousins, my brothers.
Today, the robbery squad and the proactive burglary squad are teaming up to go after one of London's most wanted. The target is a burglar with a history of violent behaviour, carrying weapons and running from police.
Last time he was arrested by our good selves, had a knife, I believe it was in his right pocket, screwdriver, which he claimed to be for his own protection. And that's what he's recently been in prison for, so let's be aware of that. A body armour on fellas and ladies, and it's all human rights compliant.
The aim of today's raid is to arrest him and look for stolen property.
We also believe he's connected to a burglary where a television was stolen, a 42-inch plasma telly. This is within a week of him getting out of prison. What my intention is to knock on the door, and if we get a positive response, all very well. But there's lots of messing around and the door isn't being open, we're going to put it in and deal with it as a rapid entry. When we get on the premises, I can't tell you who's going to be in there. I imagine some of his associates, it being the daylight till he's there, will be there. So let's handcuff everybody until we know who they are.
They're not taking any chances with this guy. There will be 2 dog handlers on the scene, complete with their German Shepherd dogs, known amongst police as land sharks, in case he tries to run.
We're going to knock on the door. If we don't get an answer and there's some marching around, we're going to kick the door in. We've got a warrant and we're searching that premises whether he's in there or not.
And so the teams head off in convoy to carry out the potentially dangerous operation.
We've been asked to assist our colleagues from the proactive burglary squad to conduct a warrant on a who has been involved in burglaries in the area. Here it is, on the left.
With one dog waiting round the back of the house, the teams move in.
The police, open the door.
There's a dog around the back.
Someone's going out the back door.
Someone's going out the back door.
The police, open the door.
Open the door, I'm pointing it in, I can see someone going out the back. Hurry up.
The dogs at the back of the building means no one's getting out that way, and police pile in through the front door. If he's in there, he's as good as nicked.
I'm behind the door! You're pushing me!
In Fulham, the drug squad are joining forces with rapid entry teams to raid 2 suspected drug dealers. It's not their usual type of target. These aren't your average heroin dealers, but suspected suppliers of club drugs like ecstasy, GHB and ketamine. Recently, major London nightclubs have played host to a spate of drug-related deaths. It is time for the drug squad to make their presence felt on the clubbing scene by hitting them where it hurts. As they approach the target road, a sudden hailstorm hits. You wouldn't think it, but the storm is actually going to help the police. The noise and confusion is perfect cover for the team's surprise entry.
Straight.
One man retained the back.
The 2 suspected dealers are in the house, and now both are in custody. One of them has a heart condition, so the drug squad have an ambulance already waiting outside. He is taken to hospital as a precaution, and the other suspect is taken to the nick. Before the police have even started their search, they think they've found drugs.
We got Special K.
Coke and K.
Yeah, we got Amphit and Speed, we think.
How many grams?
At the moment, probably about 10.
Back at the house of Hammersmith and Fulham's most wanted, the search has begun to find out who's home.
Top room clear.
Top front clear. Top floor's clear.
Is he there?
Unfortunately, the man they're looking for isn't in the house, much to the disappointment of the dogs, but the team are finding plenty of suspected stolen property.
Searching the property now for any stolen articles. There was a burglary last night where a Sony TV, flat screen TV, was taken. That's actually in the backyard, sitting on the grass, so at least that's been recovered. and we'll see if we find anything else.
One Sony flat screen, Riot TV. What we've recovered from this address is we've recovered 3 flat screen TVs, all high value TVs. Also recovered a Bose iPods docking station, high value mobile phones, iPods, digital cameras, and to be honest with you, a whole selection of small handheld electrical items, all being stolen.
Next, it's time to search the garage and the car.
Everybody in the address is on benefit or is a drug user, and they fly around in an 05 plate, 15,000 car. Questions to be asked, really, isn't it?
The police don't find the man they're after, but they do find his mobile phone number, so they give him a call.
Tell him to come here.
Watching it.
He's allegedly saying he can see us, he knows we're here. So it's really a question of if he's going to hand himself in or we'll go from there. But it's just ongoing at the moment. The occupants of the house are obviously quite keen for him to give himself up because obviously causing hassle here. But we'll see if he shows his face.
It's now a waiting game.
Been waiting for about 20-25 minutes, hoping he'll turn up. So just fingers crossed and wait until he does, really.
If he's got any sense, he'll hand himself in. The officer's patience is wearing thin.
He's on the phone, allegedly somewhere near here.
I have to say, I'll believe that when I see him. All right, well, if he does, fantastic.
But otherwise, we've got no choice but to arrest the 2 people in there, really. So.
They're left with no choice but to arrest the people in the house.
See what kind of prick he is, he'll get the whole fucking world through.
They were found in the house surrounded by electrical items, and in absence of the prime suspect, they will be arrested for handling stolen goods.
He's come off now, mate. I ain't going nowhere.
No. Can't come off until we get custody. So, you know what's going to happen in the car, do we?
Oh, well,
I don't know you. We've never met before, have we?
No, we haven't.
Detective Sergeant Jim Mackey will keep trying on the phone, but even if the suspected burglar doesn't show up, this won't be the last he'll hear from the police.
See if the skipper can coax him to coming in. If he comes in, he comes in. If he doesn't, then we'll just keep doing this until we keep rattling his cage, you know, going to any premises that we know he's been at or any family where he might be staying, do you know what I mean? Keep doing that until we get him.
And while he's giving the cops the runaround, his friends will be paying the price. Back at the scene of the drugs raid, the TSG have smashed their way in without any problems, arrested the 2 occupants, and now the drugs team are beginning their search of the house.
Yeah, we've just spoken to the guy that we found in the front room, and he's indicated to some amphetamine, speed and cocaine in the kitchen. We're just exhibiting that at the moment. We're starting with the dog now, the sniffer dog in the front room, and he's going to go around and see if there's anything hidden away. Interestingly enough, when the guys went through the door, one of the other occupants made towards the back of the flat. So maybe he was going to secure something or dispose of something. So we're going to check that out as well. We're just letting the dog go through at the moment.
The flat is full of small pots and ornaments. There could be any number of places to hide drugs. Using a drugs dog is the fastest way of narrowing down the search of the house. If there are drugs here, the team will find them.
The guy that was in the front room, he's been helpful. He's pointed out drugs in the kitchen, and he's been arrested for possession with intent to supply Class A and C drugs. The dog's still going around the place, trying to find some other bits, and when the dog's finished, we'll come in behind and we'll do fingertip searches.
The dog's search of the lounge and bathroom doesn't get a result. But as more members of the team start photographing the scene as evidence, the drug squad move on to a fingertip search of the kitchen.
Chances are there might be more poked away somewhere.
The first thing they find is more drugs.
We've got 10 wraps containing a white powder there. They're deals that are ready to go. We think amphetamine speed at this stage. There's 3 paper deals in there. Again, either amphetamine speed, we think. Self-sealed bags, again containing a white powder. Either amphetamine speed again, I'd imagine. We've got a large tin here which contains a number of self-sealed plastic bags. There's probably 500 to 1,000 self-sealed bags there. A Glenmorangie malt Scotch whisky tin, and that's the one that contains a substantial amount of self-sealed bags and white powder. We've got the digital weighing scales. It traces the white powder on there. And again, more lists. This is good evidence from our point of view as well to support the theory that they're obviously supplying drugs. You've got a list there of various amounts of money.
Drug dealing is big business, and it would appear that these 2 men have not been entirely honest about their income.
When there's numerous bank statements, credit cards, there's lists there to do with drug dealing. People that they owe money to, people who owe them money. So the evidence is starting to stack up against him, really. One of the statements shows a balance of just over 5,000 and another one of just over 3,000. And we're talking about people that are on benefits. Who says that crime doesn't pay?
Under new laws, all money and assets gained through criminal activity can be recovered by police. And that could leave these suspects with nothing. Coming up, another dangerous driver is taken off the streets.
It's not very safe, is it?
And a car search sets off a loose cannon.
I'm a fucking soldier. I'm a fucking soldier. It doesn't really matter. I can go, I can jump in any motherfucking car. Look, them fools, them little boys.
The Hammersmith and Fulham robbery squad are out on patrol in West London, and they've spotted a car driving around an area known for drug dealing. A check with the police computer reveals that the car is linked with an assault, so the officers decide to stop it and ask some questions.
Both yourself and your 2 friends, plus the car, are all going to be searched under Section 1 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act for offensive weapons. Do you have any weapons on you?
Nothing at all.
Good, nothing shot. You ever been arrested before? Of course. What do you mean, of course you have? You could have said yes. What have you been arrested for? Are you on bail for anything at the minute? What are you on bail for?
The front passenger is known to police, but he doesn't have any weapons on him. But he does have a criminal record and some drugs.
I don't touch that. I don't touch that.
It's only a small amount of cannabis, and PC Sorchi is prepared to just give the man a warning.
You can receive a cannabis warning for that.
You know what?
Okay. Which means you don't get arrested.
Yeah. Can I just say something to you?
Go on.
I'm not no angel, right?
Yep.
But I used to be on hard drugs. I've got a criminal record. I'm on bail for something silly, criminal damage.
But a search of the car reveals something a little more sinister.
This is the crack pipe.
I don't know about that.
You big man.
You adamant
so it's
you
not
don't
just
drugs?
drink.
I don't think it's got anything to do with. I don't know. I don't think he's never mentioned that. I've never known him to take crack.
Checks on our systems have basically shown cars known to an incident of assault. So we stopped the vehicle, we got the 3 occupants out. They've been searched. Well, my guy in the back of the car has been searched for drugs because of the location they were in. A crack pipe's been found in the floor by his feet, so I think he's under the effects of drugs. His behaviour is seen up and down.
The rear passenger's behaviour suddenly goes from relatively calm to downright bizarre.
I'm a fucking soldier. I'm a fucking soldier. It doesn't really matter. I can go, I can jump in any motherfucking car. Look, them fools, them little boys. Listen, do not do this to me. Do not do this to me. Yeah.
His friends are trying to calm him down, but he's gradually getting more aggressive.
Stop your fucking noise now, right? I don't expect this shit.
PC's Mark Warnes and Chloe Harrison have spotted a moped bearing just 1 L plate.
You've got a rear L plate, yeah, but you haven't got one on the front of your vehicle? Why?
I think it's
one is enough?
Drive one on the front and one on the back. Where's your driver licence?
He hasn't got it.
It's not long before PC Chloe Harrison spots another problem with the moped.
Where's your tax disc? You're supposed to have tax affixed onto your bike. You're supposed to have it like stuck on, aren't you? Your tax disc.
And then there's another problem.
According to the DVLA, this vehicle isn't insured.
Impossible, I'm paid £22 every month.
It's 3 months at least since your tax expired. You've also told the DVLA that you've taken your vehicle off the road. What's going to happen is we're going to seize the bike.
The moped is in poor condition, with the back end held together with bungee straps, making this man a danger not just to himself but to everyone else on the road as well.
It's not very safe, is it? He's a French driver licence holder. He's unable to produce that to us. So what we're doing is we're seizing his bike from him under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act, and he can come down with a valid certificate of insurance down to the vehicle pound and get it back.
The rider turns out to be a delivery man for the local Chinese, and somewhere in West London right now there's a lady eagerly awaiting her chicken chow mein. But unfortunately, the list of problems here is still growing.
Let's talk about your immigration conditions. You have to report weekly, don't you, to the Immigration Service? Yes. Okay, you haven't been reporting weekly. If you fail to report again, you'll be circulated as being wanted by them for arrest. And you'll be arrested. Okay, you're in breach of your conditions at the moment. Now, they don't want you arrested on this occasion because I've just asked them. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you stop working until you gain permission from the Immigration Service, or again, they will have you arrested for being in breach of those conditions. Okay.
It's a tricky case for PC Warns, but no matter how bad this man's situation is, the rules are there for a reason, and they have to be followed.
You know, you are in a difficult situation, but you need to speak to your immigration advisor about that.
It's not a good outcome for the moped rider. His bike is not roadworthy, and it's dangerous to other road users. All he's left with is a ticking off, a cold chow mein, and a long walk home. Back at the drug search, the young passenger's behaviour is becoming more and more erratic.
Take me to jail. I want to go see my cousins, my brothers. I want to see my cousins, my homies.
The robbery squad are waiting for information on one of the passengers to come back before they can let the men go.
One of them could possibly be wanted for a matter, and that's really now what we're checking out to try and ascertain.
The question now is whether the passenger can hold his tongue long enough to avoid being arrested.
How long does it take? Hey, will you shut up, please? Get in the car. Take him away. Let's take him away. Whatever.
The police are willing to let these men go, but not before PC Sorchi has issued a cannabis warning to the front passenger.
I'm going to caution you.
Yeah, just leave me alone.
I'm going to caution you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
If you two keep interrupting,
you know what I mean?
It's going to take all night. Right.
Fuck you. Yeah?
Go and sit down.
Thank you very much.
Right. You're not under arrest.
Right, sir.
What you're signing to here is that you're aware possession of cannabis is a criminal offence. You've also been informed that you will not be prosecuted on this occasion should begin the cannabis warning. So that's the end of it. If you're happy with that, sign there.
You're a sergeant one day, mate.
Oh, God. God help us. And lastly, sign the bag where your drugs are in.
The three men are free to go on their way.
See you later.
But far from seizing the opportunity, the rear passenger just can't keep his mouth shut.
Yo!
What's going on then? Walk away. Walk away.
You go away or you're going to get arrested. Arrest me. Shut your fucking mouth away. Right? Get in the car. How can I have a fucking informant? They never done you nothing wrong. Right? Get in the car. Right?
His friends managed to get him into the car just seconds before he would have got himself nicked.
He comes out again, he's coming in the van.
Get in there. You know what? No more drink for this one. Later.
In southeast London, a hit-and-run driver is trying to get away from traffic police.
Hotel Tango 2-1, you still got the vehicle in front of me? I'm still behind the vehicle.
The chase has become so dangerous that the Sky Cops are needed.
India 99, passengers call to Green Audi E4.
Yeah, we're literally 30 seconds on this. 90 right, yeah, got it. MP from India 99, we are overhead this pursuit.
Even though the car is badly damaged, the dangerous driver has no intention of giving up.
We're getting lots of sparks off the near side of the car, obviously with the tyres blown over.
Just driving like a complete lunatic, no regard to any other road users on and off the road, and he just quite plainly was not going to stop until he either ran out of fuel or crashed.
Tonight, as the sparks fly, teenage fools turn Guy Fawkes night into a war zone.
Got him. God, we recorded.
The battle to stop gangs of crazy muggers who use push bikes to make their escape.
He's out the back. All units wait, we've got a runner out the back.
And the police are blinded as the heli-telly goes on the blink.
It's the Italian job all over again. Someone's going for the crown jewels.
In southeast London, the dangerous driver who's wanted for a hit and run is still pushing his damaged car to the limit.
MP from 99, that's now underneath junction 2 of the M25. Currently approximately 40 miles an hour.
India 99, can you take over the commentary, MP?
Take over the commentary means Sky Cop Simon Pritchard assuming command of the pursuit, even though he's only a PC.
Road conditions still fairly clear in front of him, loads of sparks coming off. Can you confirm you're receiving downlink over?
Yes, we are receiving it now, thank you.
Because of the pursuit policy that the Met Police now has, they know that we will declare ourselves as a ground commander. Even senior officers, you're telling them what to do, and because they've got a bird's eye view of everything going on, and they need to trust and believe in what you say.
It's approaching the exit. And I'd say that he's committed still.
The driver is 18 and doesn't seem at all bothered that he's being chased by police.
He had time to light up a cigarette. He obviously had the confidence and felt he had the time to do that. I don't think I'd have been quite the same in that position. But
MP, he's committed beyond M25, still travelling A2 south, lane 2 of 3.
The teenager has been on the run for 4 hours. He and his car appear to have at last run out of steam.
He'd slowed down a number of times, and that normally indicates that they're either looking for somewhere to bail out or they're going to give up.
And it looks like he's coming to a standstill. Stand by on that one, still going slightly, pulling over off the main carriageway. Units wake, 99 active, that's a decamp.
India 99 received, representative, we have got this on downlink.
We've got the driver. And as you could probably see, driver and sole occupant now detained.
India 99, that's all received, thank you. Well done to all units.
It's November the 5th, and at the Sky Cops base on the edge of Epping Forest, they're gearing up for one of the busiest nights of the year. Last year, fireworks night was ruined for many when hordes of criminals took to the streets.
Parties and firework events give some people a good excuse to go out and commit crimes because they've got a lot of background noise. They've got the noise of the fireworks going off, so they can make a lot of noise without people noticing.
This year, the police aren't taking any chances. In South London, Superintendent Harrington is cracking down on gangs.
Joint aims: minimise street crime, street robbery, reduce the risk of harm from fireworks, provide reassurance, and part of this being seen with the high visibility jackets, so some people in Lewisham will see that we're working together to reduce that, and that reassures people.
There's two things to this. There's the public order and the public safety side of this. And also those criminal elements that are out anyway, that we're on top of those and making sure that they're either behaving themselves or if they're not, that we're dealing with them and arresting them if they commit offences.
The Sky Cops, call sign India 99, are part of the Lewisham crackdown. Their thermal imaging camera is a key weapon.
India 99, go ahead.
Thank you, good evening to you. Just to let you know, we're currently around the Peckham area. If you get anything in you think suitable for the aircraft.
877,
Bright lights of Peckham, yeah.
The pictures from India 99 are being beamed into a special Met Police command centre at Scotland Yard. This is where senior officers can watch the heli-telly and other CCTV pictures from around London. Meanwhile, in Peckham, South East London, trouble is brewing already. But it's fireworks, not muggers.
Oh, I tell you what, then down left low, on the railway line, we've got some friends about with fireworks.
Oh, yeah, firing them in the street.
Yeah, firing them in the street, right down below us. Firing at his mates.
He is, isn't he? He's shooting them.
Yeah.
It's the first year I've seen gangs battling it out on the streets with fireworks. You see people doing some stupid things with fireworks, but to see them shooting rockets at each other down the road and them bouncing off cars and houses was pretty amazing.
Amazingly dangerous, and the Sky Cops need to get officers on the ground to this battle quickly. Innocent bystanders and children are also on the street.
India 99, go ahead.
I don't know if you've got a spare unit could go along to Brays Yard Road. Got 5, 6 lads running around the streets, setting off fireworks, firing them at cars and each other. They certainly need a word, somebody's going to get seriously hurt.
I recall one of the guys actually being hit square in the back with what appeared to be some sort of rocket, which was ludicrous, you know. What was going through their minds, I've no idea.
It's not only fools with fireworks who are running the police ragged tonight. In Lewisham, large gangs of teenagers wearing scream masks are on the streets, mixing Halloween and trick-or-treating with Bonfire night. A young lad's already been mugged, and the crackdown team are determined to find those responsible.
How many do you think was in the group?
Between 20 to 25 boys. They took all our stuff and started searching us. They took my phone.
What we're just doing is supposed to be driving around the area. If we see the people concerned, we'll detain them.
The victim cannot be seen. The windows of the police car have been tinted.
He is wearing a blue tracksuit. He has got tight cane rolled hair. Is that the person that was doing the talking? You think so? We can't see you because we're in a dark car. You've come from a group, all right, that's allegedly been concerned in an earlier robbery. Okay. For that reason, now searching for stolen goods. All right. How old are you? 16. 16. I used to go trick or treating, mate, when I was 12. You say we stop these U's. A little bit old for trick or treating, and this is the type of crime we're actually talking about. The gent who's there now been arrested on suspicion of that robbery.
1,000 feet above Peckham, India 99 is still involved in the firework fight night.
It's a dangerous game of paintball, basically, they're playing. For some reason he's running away, this one. Was he the one that was firing and running? Yeah, this one, stay with him then.
The crew can speak directly to each police officer on the ground.
Mike 3, they seem to split up. We've got the main group that were last seen firing these fireworks.
You're received with Peckham High Street, about 60 seconds.
That's all received.
Either they're not thinking or they're on drugs or drunk. And if it goes wrong, my golly will they regret it for the rest of their life.
I think the police car's just about to come up behind him. The police car just come around the corner.
Could be.
We communicated to ground units to go to this area. The fireworks have gone, unfortunately. The next time, potentially, we'd be turning up and then we'd be asking for an ambulance and they'd be carted off with major burns.
Unfortunately, they grouped up, so we're not sure which one's the ringleader now.
One at the front, Luke.
Certainly be worth checking their age. Thank you to Mike 3 and the other unit that assisted with the firework bandits.
Tens of thousands of Bonfire Night revellers are descending on Blackheath in South London to watch one of the capital's biggest firework displays.
Last year we expected, and we did get roughly 60,000 people. It really can go wrong very quickly, so it's just a case of keeping on top of it, trying to think a little bit ahead.
Thinking ahead means calling on the Sky Cops.
Ready when you are. Get your way towards your camper.
To the right, rear.
You're clear to the left, you are.
Smoke permitting, of course.
Looking a bit hazy, actually. Yeah. Hopefully as we climb up. Oh, there's something else in the road.
At Scotland Yard, in the control centre, Sky Cop Sergeant Brandon is in charge of India 99.
India 99 receiving GT.
GT, good evening to you. We're now routing south the river for directions on the Blackheath fireworks.
My gut feeling would be to get yourselves in a bit closer so that we're visible as a deterrent as well as providing the pictures of it.
We'll dangle the pictures for you, GT, and start counting.
In Blackheath, it's hotting up. Crowd numbers are well up on last year's 60,000.
I guess is 80,000.
With so many people spread over such a large area, the only chance commanders have of knowing what's really going on is to watch the pictures from 9/9.
They are pretty much all of our vision on the Heath during an event like this because we don't have the ability to see otherwise. They are, don't want to make them big-headed, but they're worth the weight in gold, to be honest with you.
Should be a good 1,000 feet above the fireworks.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people there.
It's heaving, isn't it? It really is heaving. Oh.
Well, we're still waiting for the fireworks to go off.
So nobody's brought a match.
Who's got the light? I thought you had it.
The primary role of the aircraft on an event like this is public safety. So we're able to monitor the crowd. We're also, perfectly capable of picking up gangs of youths that are running through the crowd, perhaps robbing the crowd or whatever. That sort of thing we can see.
Meanwhile, back at the Air Support Unit's base at Lippets Hill, a second police helicopter is being scrambled.
Hi. Yeah, I've got a job. KD sector. Give the details in the air.
Crowds watching a display in Victoria Park in East London have been robbed by a gang of teenage steamers.
Victoria Park, groups or gangs gathering.
At least one woman has had her bag snatched by 8 youngsters.
Golf Delta 99, we're over the top. Have got any further?
The steamers have escaped on push bikes, and officers on the ground have lost them.
Down there, to the right of that, I think.
The Sky Cops need to get lucky.
Right, come right, only, Down a bit. Down. In there, fire. Yes, 99, we've got suspects if you want to assist. They're now into the road towards Manhunt Road.
The steamers clearly know where they're going and the risks they must take to get there.
Oh, God. Oh. Is that a police car now?
Whiskey 0, stop there. Section 16.
All made off now, they still going for it. Yes, 99, we've got one detained, the rest have run away from police.
As officers on the ground start to make arrests, some of the craftier thieves split up, hoping some at least will give the Sky Cops the slip.
What one are you going with? Right, it's going with one that's going south, Rich. Okay, mate. And gone right towards the building.
They haven't reckoned with an adversary as determined as PC Boxall Hunt and his thermal imaging camera.
Where's he gone?
He's double back, mate. He's come back towards us, mate.
Also determined to catch the steamers is the Sky Cops pilot, Captain Anderson.
Oh, they've gone in that block of flats.
The most challenging flying one's probably got to be the chases, especially bicycles, because they can go absolutely anywhere. If you're following a car, you can pretty much look ahead and see what's happening in the road ahead, what options they've got. On a bicycle, they can go up alleyways, they can cut across parks. It's quite a dynamic situation when you're chasing bikes.
There they go. They're still hanging around there.
No, move now. Southbound back towards Manhunt Park.
The pair of steamers have reached their destination, and it seems where they live.
Stand by, they're going in the house. Bear with me. I'll find out the address.
Yeah, you've got a unit coming down now.
Got me up top. Stay on the front. That's the house there. Yeah. The right one? Good. Just, we'll cover the back.
But the game isn't over yet.
He's out the back, out the back, out the back. All units wait, we've got a runner out the back. Dog van, go to the rear guard. Runner out the back, over.
Dog handlers are already at the scene, and the Sky Cops must get them to where the steamer is.
9-9, can we get this garden contained, please? The mail is running southbound along the gardens.
He's just hiding there at the moment.
Stand by, he's, stop. Dog van, can you go in the rear gardens, please? 9-9.
He's just hiding. Yeah, there he is.
In the bush.
Yeah, he's in a bush. Get a dog on him.
I bring my furry crocodile through your house.
Can I send my land shark into your back garden? Land shark.
It's the left-hand side of the garden, keeping the house to your back. I'm sure the dog will find it.
Go. Oh.
Vauxhall Hunt can see clearly, but the cops on the ground can't see a thing.
There, he's got him.
He got him. Oh, come on.
There he goes. Awesome.
Just zoom out, please, mate.
Get on the floor.
One detained, over.
To help the officers deal with their prisoner, the Sky Cops use their torch. 30 million candles worth of night sun.
Oh, that's good, man.
Stuck with the right person as well, which is good. Quite impressed with that.
Meanwhile, on Blackheath, they're going to be fireworks.
We will be ready to start the firework display this evening. Some of which have never been seen anywhere in the world before. Are you ready for the display?
If we want to move away a bit, Paul, when the fireworks start going.
Giving us a wide orbit, 1800 feet.
And here we go, they're starting up now. 2, 1.
Quite dense crowd. Yeah.
India 9-9 are not only watching over law-abiding citizens below, they're carefully scanning the crowds for gangs and anything else out of the ordinary.
People know they're there, they can hear them, and there's a proven crime reduction role when they can hear the helicopter above, people commit less crime. Specifically, if there are incidents, they can respond directly to that and assist us by either tracking offenders, identifying offenders, and going to places and looking at places that we can't get to.
The crew of India 9-9 are really starting to suffer from the thickening smoke.
Smoke's getting thicker. You can smell it as well.
It's the big ones now.
Yeah, grand finale. We can pay for this. No, not a bomb one, actually.
The grand finale is not a moment too soon. Visibility is fading fast.
Go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, we moved off to the north because of the smoke, and what you're actually seeing is smoke, not cloud.
Yeah, that's all received. I'm guessing that that pretty much is the end of the event.
Yeah, it all appears to have gone dark. I'll just wait for the dispersal now.
Because of the large numbers here this evening, it is going to be very congested and very busy exiting down through Blackheath Village.
This way, straight on that way.
The main concern of the event organisers was the dispersal of thousands and thousands of people, so we can cover a very large area and very quickly in a way that the ground officers can't. We can give them just a quick sweep round Lewisham Town Centre.
Particularly concentrating on crime from a robbery point of view.
Yeah, that's received.
That is heaving down there, look at that.
Jeez. People-tastic.
Looks like the south corner is the cut point.
Yeah.
Blackheath Common It's meant to be dark so that people can enjoy the fireworks. Unfortunately, those with a criminal intent would see that as a good opportunity to come and prey on the vulnerable crowd. And that's a big challenge for the police, to make sure that we deal with that and we make the event safe and enjoyable for people.
Well, I'm really pleased, yeah, it's all worked out. As you can see for yourself, the crowds have dissipated. They're pretty much looking after themselves now with no police intervention. That's what we're after, and so far no news is good news.
But bad news is heading 9-9's way. A weather front is moving in fast, and combined with the fireworks mode, this could end the mission before it's time.
The quiz is down to 2-4, so if you're happy with a couple of orbits, I think the country's looking to head back in.
Louis, we're going back now. That's absolutely fine.
And the helicopter's very capable. It can fly in cloud. It's got a very capable autopilot that will fly the aircraft to an airfield. But of course, if you're in cloud and you can't see the ground, then you can't do the police task, especially in the winter. The weather's constantly changing and you constantly need to monitor it. Otherwise, people get caught out.
Yeah, you can see it's coming in, can't you?
Yeah, I think it's thickening up.
Yeah.
It's forecast.
It's not only at Blackheath where the cloud's thickening. At the Sky Cops base at Lippett's Hill, it's even worse.
It should really, at night, we shouldn't really be flying if it's less than 5. As you can see, it's dropping even as we speak.
Does this constitute flying in cloud, Captain?
I can come up to 2,000 feet as well, actually.
Lippett's Hill does have its own weather system, which is why we have a controller who kind of constantly monitors the weather for us as well. It tells us what the cloud base and the visibility is doing, which can be completely different to what they are on task.
That's not bad, Charlie. You've got the camera on the road and you can't even see it.
There's now a real danger the Sky Cops will have to divert to another airfield and not be able to get back to their base.
When the weather suddenly rolls in, it raises the tension levels, and you're constantly then thinking about, all right, if I can't get back to Lippett's Hill, where do I go? How much fuel have I got? Suddenly, instead of being focused on the task, you're actually focused on the safety of the aircraft and the crew.
Well, it's down there somewhere. Yeah, it should be just to the right of the nose with a bit of luck. Julia, the lights are still brilliant.
It's gone down to 1893.
Would it help if I waved as well?
100 feet.
Despite appearances, this has been a close call.
It's a bit like the Swan. On the surface we look calm and collected and professional, and often underneath we're running around at 100 miles an hour trying to make sure that we can deliver the service and do the job we're there to do.
In northwest London, 5 teenagers who've been graffitiing the railway are on the run from the transport police.
We've got 5 running on the track towards Chamberlain Bridge. Over.
Overhead, a police helicopter, call sign India 99, and its thermal imaging camera.
Yeah, for units info, we can still see the suspects underneath the railway on the north side of it.
Hidden from view, the boys may think they're safe, but they're in great danger. 12,000 volts below, and the Sky Cops above.
Power is still on, so no one on the track. Just keep going.
This was in the middle of the night. It was on the infrared camera, which made it easier for us to see them because they're obviously been running around, so they're a lot hotter. So under the bridge, they stuck out like sore thumbs, really. You think you're invisible, but not to us.
They might be visible to PC Pritchard, but the Transport Police, the BTP, can't get anywhere near them.
Units down at Chamberlain Road, is there any way on the tracks? Yeah, received. I'm with British Rail staff and they're saying that there is no access point.
It's 3 in the morning, but the power along the tracks is still switched on, generating a lethal current.
The issue was getting them off that line because the trains were still running. There was BTP there was obviously Met there. But then we had to try and talk them into the suspects in a safe way.
Officers on the ground might be helpless, but PC Pritchard is moving them into positions to be able to move in when the electricity is finally switched off.
Where the vans are at the bottom of the slope, if they turn right, they won't be able to see you approach, and then you can sort of pen them in.
customer, please?
Yeah, from the duty manager at Queen's Park, traction power is now off from Kilburn High Road.
Traction power off means it's good to go, but it's pitch black on the tracks, and the boys on the run have an advantage.
Okay, units from QK, these 5 are on the move, moving to the south side over the central bit. Okay, and they're all legging it now off down towards Kensal Green on the live VR tracker.
The Sky Cops may be happy to have the gang on camera, but the ground cops now worry that they don't have the backup to arrest them.
Just confirm we've got sufficient officers down at Kensal Green, cut them off,
Okay, can I have some more officers at Kensal Green? I've only got 3 police officers here. If you've got 5 suspects, I need some more people.
Let's get as many as we can down at Kensal Green, please.
Graffiti vandals cost the railways and the British Transport Police a fortune.
British Transport Police have got a major problem with graffiti, so-called artists, and a lot of them are kids, unfortunately, that aren't artists at all. They're just making a mess and causing millions of pounds worth of damage.
Yeah, show 27.
The 5 believe they have managed to fool the BTP. What the Sky Cops can see but they can't is the trap PC Pritchard has set.
From Indian 99, you've now got all 5. They're all together, still towards Kensal Green.
2-5, as soon as you can.
Yeah, 2-5 on the scene. Okay, you've got 3 officers on the track. They're coming towards you now. You'll probably see them any second.
This dangerous game is almost done, but only 4 realise it.
We've got one in the bushes. He looks like he might be coming out now. Coming back out onto the track. And he's laying down, it's very kind of him. Looks like all detained.
It's taken more than 30 police officers, plus a helicopter and 3 Sky Cops around an hour to arrest 5 graffiti artists.
Okay, now sufficient officers on scene by this thing though.
Indian 99, that's all sorted, thanks.
Leave it 99, finish there.
Night has hardly had time to turn to dawn before the Sky Cops are on a very different mission.
320 degrees, what localised? 99.
Not criminals on the run, but a sovereign in need of protection. One of London's biggest days of the year, the state opening of Parliament by Her Majesty the Queen.
Yeah, I'm happy with that area, Steve.
All police leave has been cancelled, so great is the security risk. Also watching over London is PC Tartaglia, this morning's duty controller in the Sky Cops control tower.
Potentially anybody can be planning something today just to make their point. In essence, it's everything that Britain stands for, and if people don't like it, this is the ideal time to do something about it. That's why there's so many extra people down there, and we've all got our eyes open today.
The Metropolitan Police operation to keep the Queen safe will be run from a £100 million control room in South London, codenamed GT.
This is when you're talking to GT, this is where you're talking to.
The Sky Cops are part of it, and Sergeant Gleeson is the man with the experience.
When we're on an event, it will all be heli-telly around the room. Heli-telly gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's all that everybody's looking at.
Public figures have always been vulnerable to snipers, and there's not a rooftop in central London that's not open to the Sky Cops.
We're going to do rooftops around Parliament Square.
Yes.
Up sort of Whitehall, and then left down the Mall.
Okay, that's good for me.
99 ahead, Bristol. I might turn right heading 180 degrees.
And there is the added bonus that their pictures can now be fed live into the Met Command Centre.
Hey firm Steve, you're going to have a chance to have a look at Great College Street, a stone construction, green roof, skylight open.
Insecure skylight.
Yeah, it's East-West Road.
Oh, I got you.
What we're doing this morning is a security check of the rooftops around the ceremonial area and the processional routes, just to ensure that the only people on roofs are the people who are supposed to be there.
Is there an insecure skylight in that one?
That's what they want to look at.
But this is the man who matters most today, Scotland Yard's Gold Commander. He has the Queen's life in his hands, with a little help from the Sky Cops.
The escort unit on an operation like this have a critical role. What they give me is oversight. If we need to, they can zoom their cameras in and pick out either individuals or scenes for me. They give me that flexibility that ground cameras can't give.
Commander Broadhurst has the ultimate plan. Make sure everything goes so smoothly, you take it easy.
My place on the scheme of things today should be to sit back, relax, read the newspaper and wait for the Queen to be safely delivered back home at the end of the state opening. If I have to do anything today, it means something's gone wrong out there where I need to bring advisors around this table and start putting things back together again in hopefully a safe and effective manner.
All the Queen's men and all the Queen's guards are now as one, and the Sky Cops are watching. Meanwhile, back at the Air Support Unit's base at Lippets Hill, a second police helicopter is being scrambled. Not a threat to the Queen, but to her subjects. Common criminals at work, robbing a supermarket in North London.
India 99, receiving India Lima.
Do go ahead, Emma.
I've got a job for you. Please, Echo Kilo's ground, page 120.
The suspects have been chased by local cops into nearby gardens and they've gone to ground, but no one knows where they are.
Group of youths seen going over a fence. No better descriptions, but if you could have a look, units on scene, thanks.
Sky Cops Ayres and Tartaglia are on the case.
That PC going across that grey flat roof, was it?
Yeah, on the far left.
Yeah, I've got him visual now.
Well, builders on the right hand side.
First, they must sort out the good guys from the bad. Plainclothes cops are on the scene.
105, India 99's called near cover.
Well, obviously, using our thermal camera, it's quite dense undergrowth down there on a few outbuildings. You and your colleagues stand out very well. Who's that? Another copper.
But they are not the ones on the run.
Oh, it's chasing there up to the
helicopter, you getting that? You can see me there.
There they are.
They're on just over to that point direction.
Got him.
Yeah, got 'em. We're recording. Yeah, Echo Kilo from India 99. If we can hold transmission, these two suspects are now breaking through the garden.
Yeah, under this shed.
Where are they going? Yeah, they're heading towards the Alversnift Road. If we get units to the Alversnift Road, they're moving quite quickly through the gardens.
Seeing them is one thing, catching them quite another.
Right there.
Get out this side, Louis. Yeah, the west side.
Echo Kilo, please.
They're in the rear gardens of between 30 and 38. They're now making their way out towards, I think it's Powder Road.
We followed them through several gardens. We're orbiting quite quickly and I'm finding it quite difficult to keep my eye on them in the garden.
Yeah, PC's on the corner. If you go back from when you just came, they're coming towards the white car that's next to the first tree.
Oh, there's a copper stood there, right there.
Oh, you're almost opposite them now.
Eventually they hid behind the side of a shed, behind a thick hedge. But with the orbit, I'm trying to look out the window and guide the ground units in.
You got them, Rick, still?
They're tucked in behind that building line. I can't see them in a minute, but they were heading towards where that copper is. They're in under this lot.
This is a critical moment. The Sky Cops are sure they still have the two robbers on their thermal imaging camera, but they can't be 100% sure.
These suspects are in. We've got officers. They're actually tucked up under undergrowth. We can't see them visually at the moment.
And under that white bush. There's movement in there.
Come on, you little...
To make sure, they must direct the officers on the ground into the location quickly.
Right, we've got one officer stood in number 38. If you could just raise your arm. Yeah, we've got him visual now. If you look to your left-hand side, there's a shed. You've got two suspects tucked up on the right-hand side of that shed, right in the undergrowth.
And it's not what they expected.
Talk the units in and they get there and there's no one there, which is a big surprise to me.
Have they gone?
That's where we last saw them.
Yeah, India 99. I did see the two suspects myself and they've ran across the garden.
Right, so where have they gone then?
They didn't come back this way.
That's the only place they could have gone.
The Sky Cops rarely lose those thereafter. PC's Ayres and Tartaglia have been blindsided by the buildings, and they don't like it.
The way the buildings and the gardens were put together, at a certain point in the orbit, there was a bit of a blind spot in relation to the area where they tucked in, and they'd obviously waited for us to go round in the orbit, and then they'd moved.
It is difficult looking out the window, orbiting round in circles. You know, a split second and the scene changes.
Come on, loser, where are you?
But they aren't giving up yet. They don't believe the two thieves have got clean away.
This other cab come in, 30A, Alpha Road, from the informant states the Mauser in back garden.
And they are right. A resident is phoning in to report an intruder in the garden.
Right, 38. Right, they're all running towards us, towards the pub with the blue front. So Rick, if you go up straight, keep going up straight. They're in amongst that lot there somewhere.
I don't know where they went in there then.
It doesn't take long.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, we've got officers at number 30, number 30 back.
Is that one? Come on, come into view.
Hey, there's one.
That's it, yeah.
Have they got two though?
Yeah, they got two.
He's on the floor there, I think. Second one.
You get from there across to there without us seeing it.
I could have sworn they were in there.
Yeah.
They were initially.
Yeah. But how the hell did they get all the way back?
While the Sky Cops try to figure out what went wrong, the ground cops are more concerned about arresting the right suspects.
India 99, Christina.
Call it India 99 again.
India 99, we do have two detained. We're just trying to establish if they are identical. We were looking for one currently.
I'm just playing our playback to see if I can give you any more.
Yeah, it's the guy.
White
That's the guy.
t-shirt,
The one with the white shoes.
Yeah,
that's definitely the white guy. Yeah.
India 99, is there anyone else?
That's it.
Yeah.
Just them two.
Yeah.
And they're ident on clothing, so that's them.
Both suspects that we saw have been detained.
Oh, result. Nice one.
Across town, the state opening of Parliament is taking place without a hitch. And that means no helicopter noise. It's now down to London's huge network of CCTV cameras to provide the Gold Commander with his pictures. But something's wrong.
Look at that. I've not seen that before.
For the first time, the police commanders are losing their street eyes.
What's happening now is there's a slight problem. Losing some of the ground cameras that are covering the processional area.
It's a meltdown, with only a shop front in South London to look at.
Normally we'd just be waiting to come back to do the security escorts post-event. We're coming back a bit sooner than that now to kind of take the place of the problematic ground cameras.
Gold Command is not going to be able to sit back and read the papers.
Are we on station? No, just lifting now, sir. Right, okay.
And neither will the IT department.
That's what we're just trying to work out. The feeds seem to be coming in upstairs, but they're not coming down here. Slightly bit of pressure, yeah. We've got to get the job done as quickly as possible.
Don't worry, Engine 99's on its way back to save your Don't worry about it.
We're happy about that.
But this time, the Sky Cops are out of it as well. No downlink from India 99 is getting through.
We've lost the input from this end of Heli-Tele. India Lima GT. I'm not sure we're going to get even Heli-Tele pictures here. I think they're having massive problems at this end.
But at least the South London shopfront is still visible.
So it's the Italian job all over again. Someone's going for the crown jewels.
High above Buckingham Palace, India 99 is now being asked to watch over the Queen's Guard, who might be vulnerable to attack. But no one is quite sure where they are.
A bit difficult for me to give you directions at this time. Nobody knows where anybody is at the moment. If you can go to Hyde Park and look for the King's Troop from that position, but I'll need a verbal update as to what's happening. Over.
Yeah, all received. I mean, the big giveaway would be a massive coach behind a load of horses as well, wouldn't it?
At Gold Command, nerves are twitching.
You have lost a sense, haven't you? And albeit we can still talk, the comfort of being able to see the world outside of the control centre, it's very uncomfortable when that all goes.
As the technology fails around them, London's police commanders resort to Plan B. They start talking to one another.
Gentlemen,
is it 801 who are taking the RHA back?
Yes, it is.
Can you ask them where they are?
801 7
Sometimes when you lose one sense, you enhance another, don't you? And people have to talk a bit more.
Escort 8 7 GT over.
It's just, you just got to communicate more verbally if you can't do it visually.
I will track them down.
Thanks, Paul. If the boys have picked him up on the camera now, I'll come back and let you know where they are.
Her Majesty, meanwhile, is oblivious to the drama in the control room. She's opened Parliament again. And back at GT, there's relief all round as the camera feeds are restored. Just in time for 9-9 to head home and refuel.
Right, team, well done. For your medals.
While the police commanders at GT try to work out what went wrong with their IT, PC Tartaglia is reviewing the video of the suspected supermarket robbers who gave him the slip earlier.
Just a curiosity thing now. I don't like people sneaking past me.
Although the two men did not get away, Tartaglia is concerned that he and PC Airs lost them momentarily.
Because they're tucked in down there, just gives them time to bunk back along the back of the building. There's the heat source there. That's definitely them. That's a really intense source. So that's them hiding.
A suspect who escapes the camera lens is an air observer's worst nightmare.
It was the fact that they'd warmed the bush up and then moved when we couldn't see them that threw us off. It's just a lesson learned, really, to just keep the camera a little bit wider. By now, they're up here, a bit further up. Just there. You're always learning, so it was good to have something that you could review, learn from, and next time, hopefully they won't catch us out the same way twice. They don't often get away like that, it's annoying, but at the end of the day, he got nicked, so that's all that matters.
Keeping an eye on the criminal is what this unit is all about, and those who are in charge of the Sky Cops run regular checks on their air observers. Today, it's the turn of PC Bev Bonner to face the music, known as a line check. It's a straight pass or fail. Fail, and you're out of the unit.
I'm doing a little bit of cramming before my test. There are some things that we don't use every day, so I need to just refresh my memory.
The line checking process is about us as managers checking an observer's competence. That line assessment involves effectively just watching them do the job, just making sure that what they do represents the air support unit in the way that we would want them to do.
Test, I hate tests. I can do the job, but as soon as I know that someone's sat there and they're testing me, I find it really difficult. It makes me really nervous.
All your electrics are on.
There are numerous observers on the unit now who, the minute I announce that I'm going to do a line check, their whole demeanour changes. You can feel them getting under pressure.
1629 now. A couple of tasks for you when you're ready then. Team, give us a couple of minutes.
There's an element of pressure, yeah. So I think, oh no, I don't know my stuff.
On this flight, knowing your stuff means pretending instead of real thief catching.
There's the junction. I don't know if you want to just follow a vehicle coming out of that. Sure. There's one, look. Just at the bottom of the park.
That's it. That's good practice. Okay, that's good. It's just a little refresher, that's all.
They'll do vehicle pursuits, garden searches, and a range of other incidents.
Sorry?
They're just putting the dog in now.
Where's the gate? Oh, here, is it?
Yeah.
PC Bonner has been a Sky Cop for 3 years, and it's not what she originally expected.
What I expected from the job was totally different to what I actually found the job to be. I suppose I thought it would be quite easy. You know, you'd come into work, fly around in the helicopter, and it wouldn't be that difficult.
Just to the south of Victoria Park.
But the navigating, making sure that all the equipment works, talking to the ground units, taking control, it is hard.
If you were going to change the settings, Bev, on the camera, what would you change them to?
Oh, I'd slow them down.
Do you want to try and do that?
Yeah. And I've set it.
Brilliant.
It seems to get easier. I think, like with every job, as soon as you've done it for a few months or a few years, you think, yeah, this is a lot easier. And I think you just get to grips with everything, and then things start falling into place. But in the beginning, for me, nothing seemed to fall into place.
I'm happy with that, guys. I think what we'll do is we'll route back to Limpets now, end that exercise, and we'll return to base. Well done, guys. That's it done for another flipping 6 months.
Yeah, I think it went really well, and me and Simon worked really well as a team. So we answered all the questions we had to answer and done the job. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the Sergeant will tell us that we've passed our line check.
Bev did very well in a line check. I personally have seen a massive development and a massive improvement, and what I saw when I line checked was incredibly good and very, very impressive.
The two men who were accused of robbing a supermarket and who gave the Sky Cops the slip were released without charge. The 5 youths chased along railway tracks after being seen spraying graffiti were all found guilty. Police brought no charges against the boy caught in the garden. No charges were brought against the foolish youths who fought with fireworks in the streets of Peckham. The hit-and-run driver who was caught in a shower of sparks was banned from driving for a year. And despite the huge crowds at Blackheath, the night was a success with only 4 arrests.